Our image is everything, and if you pay attention, you'll see the lengths people go to maintain this.
How old are you guys?
Underage.
Like how underage though? Like
I saw Cuties last night and it was pretty good.
the first time, as soon as I saw it, like 3 pumps in, I just got up and walked out. I'm just like, I can't do that.
I don't wake up and think, how could I not be a douchebag today? I wake up and think, who could I piss off the most?
You stay behind your screen all day, so you get your superiority from talking to a camera.
Word for word, I'm going to R-word your girlfriend on his public Instagram story.
Probably more than half of you have some more gay thoughts than you care to admit.
What?
When internally you start thinking that you're better than everyone else without actually doing anything, people will notice. And I'm scared that if I keep inflating my own ego and burying all my crippling insecurities, my shit's gonna pop.
A couple of years ago, we saw the rise and fall of various red pill influencers, content creators who wish to steer men towards the manosphere, usually motivated by profit and not genuine care for a guy's well-being. But Sneako has always been a special case to me, as he's somehow even more brainless than most of his colleagues. His long list of controversies has led to widespread mockery, even from spaces outside of BreadTube, who would normally be the main people to cover him. From his defense of Cuties, his beefs with apolitical YouTubers, his love of Andrew Tate, his arguments for lowering the age of consent, and more. Today, we'll be covering Sneako, the biggest red pill lolcow. But before we get into all of that, I first want to dive into his past and see how he got this way. Nicholas Balinthazy, or Nico, grew up around New York City in a nicer neighborhood, and was academically gifted until high school. Though he got his scholarships not through being gifted, but because he's mixed race, as Sneako is part Filipino, part Haitian, and part Ashkenazi Jewish.
My neighborhood was okay. I would say middle class, like very diverse. I wouldn't call it like white suburban, but there was a bit of everybody. But yeah, I had a front yard. But then also I went to private school. I had a scholarship. I never went to public school my whole life. I was in private school my entire life off of scholarships. And so I was around those waspy type people my whole childhood. I was always kind of, and it took me a long time to realize that I was an outsider. I didn't fully understand why I didn't fit in until I was like going through puberty and like they think I'm different.
Sneako and his friends would get into a lot of trouble at school, as they'd make edgy racial jokes and browse 4chan using the school computers. Most of his friends would get suspended by senior year, though Sneako did manage to graduate high school. In 2013, at the age of 14, he began uploading content on YouTube to a channel called Sneako. Here, he primarily released gaming content, playing Call of Duty Black Ops 2. These would feature commentary from a prepubescent Sneako, rambling into the mic about random bullshit. It started out simple with rants about gaming culture and upcoming releases, but soon shifted to topics like the YouTubers he hates, gay marriage, and racism.
And the same people who are calling me a racist for just saying the word black people and associating them with another quality, and that kill was pretty sweet. If you didn't see that, I got a triple kill, and the last kill was a turn on, which is pretty great. But that same guy was also calling me like a faggot, and I hate that word so much. I'm sorry that I had to use it. I'm not trying to offend anyone, please. I'm all for gay rights and gay marriages. I'm from a state that allows gay. Oh, I'm from Connecticut, and if you don't know, we allow gay marriage there. So most of us do.
Most of these videos would only garner around a couple thousand views, though it was enough for Sneako to make a bit of ad revenue.
I wasn't that successful in hindsight, but at the time, like I remember getting my first YouTube AdSense check when I was like 14, and I bought this pillow that I could put up against my wall, like a pillow that you could lean up on like this. And I remember every day, like coming back from school leaning on this, like, yo, I bought this with YouTube money.
Like your throne.
I fucking made it. Yeah, like this is my man cave. I paid for this from Call of Duty videos. I was so proud of that. This one item, I made that from talking to a camera playing Call of Duty. That took so much, but I thought that was successful.
In 2014, Sneako would begin showing his face in videos, typically doing vlogs, skits, and update videos. It was clear that he was trying to experiment with the types of content he was making, and that effort would eventually pay off.
We spend time crafting this image of ourselves with filters, music quotes, and edgy tweets. It's pretty much like making a Sims character. How you see me on YouTube is this person that I create through hours and hours of hard work. I script literally everything I say and edit it in a program. You have no idea what I'm actually like. For all you know, I could be a YouTube drone created by Google to scare you away from the YouTube you don't have to pay for.
In late 2015, Sneako would post his now infamous video, How People View You. It's a 3-minute monologue where Sneako calls out how starved people can be for attention, doing things not for themselves, but for others' gratification. It's pretty unique, especially of how he keeps changing hairstyles to match with what he's saying.
The reality is most of us are going to spend our lives wondering how everyone else is going to see us instead of improving ourselves for ourselves. You know, it even comes down to your haircut. When I have a buzz cut, I want people to think I'm a big tough guy, you know, big tough guy. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó rey? Hey, uma ese. When I got the quarter black, half Asian fro going on, I want you to think that maybe I go to museums or something. Maybe I'm one of those guys that reads grown-up books with titles that have sentence fragments, like, Searching for Meaning. I guarantee you that's a book. I don't know though. Should I post this? Maybe people are gonna think I'm a tryhard.
Viewers were impressed, especially due to his young age. They felt like this was incredibly mature for a 17-year-old to be saying, though most mistook him for being 15. Looking back, this is the prime example of, I'm 14 and this is deep. The video went viral, massing over 6 million views, being the second most popular video on his channel. What's the most popular video, you may ask? Would you say the N-word for $1?
You heard it here first from a white man.
Because they say, hey man. You know what's with this?
$1. For $1, would you say the N-word?
No, I won't.
But you just,
Pay me. You know why? Because they call themselves.
but you just said it again.
What?
Over the next couple of years, Sneako would upload these sorts of introspective monologue videos, typically covering more risque subjects. You didn't really see negative coverage of this due to his age. I mean, it's kind of lame to make a video debunking a literal teenager. Save that for Leafy is here. Sneako would also do commentary videos, making content shitting on people like Rice Gum, the Dobre twins, basically anyone it was popular to hate on at the time. Though one of these videos backfired, as it happened to be about someone he actually had drama with, Keemstar. Keemstar's hatred of Sneako goes all the way back to 2016. He used to enjoy his content, but quickly saw how egotistical the guy is.
Yo, everybody type in the chat, Sneako. This is a stupid Nick.
On Twitter, Keemstar wanted someone to read out a letter written by FouseyTube, giving them a shout out in return. Keem couldn't read it out himself, either because of his dyslexia or because he's retarded. Sneako reached out, and Keemstar hired him in order to potentially hurt his ego.
Sneako always talks shit about me. He's always leaving comments. He's always being nasty to me. And I just think it's funny, out of all these fucking people, that it would be funny to just pick Sneako, right? And see if he can actually get this done. And hey, if he gets it done and he does a good job, good for him. But if he gets it wrong, I would love to tell this little cocky, God complex, you know, piece of
wait.
shit.
So this sounds like a trap from the start, or is it not? Were you going to give him a fair shot?
It's a half. No, it's a half trap. It's a half trap because I half think that he's gonna fail.
It's clear that Keemstar was just being a dick. I would have nitpicked the hell out of Sneako's narration in order to embarrass the guy. When Sneako sent him the recording, Keem tried explaining why it was utter dog shit, eventually playing the audio on the Triggered podcast.
My name is Yusuf Saleh Ericat. I'm 25 years of age, which makes me the youngest of 4. I have 2 older brothers, an older sister, and a set of parents. I was born a Muslim. That is important to be said as I feel it has a huge impact on the story I am about to tell.
Yes,
I'm going to be jumping from past to present, but hopefully you are able to keep up with what is being said. I'm
going to rewrite my feelings and not reread what is typed. The chat has already decided. For the love of fuck!
I don't want my fear of judgment to cause me to erase
Jesus
anything
Christ!
I actually do
Can't
say.
believe.
Okay.
You guys, I don't know what the hell's wrong with you today.
First off,
I gotta
apologize
be
to my new
honest.
publicist.
I do not know what the hell is wrong with all of you today. Are we still playing this? Do we have to keep playing this? I paused it already.
No, we're good. That was a minute.
A minute of it. Every single thing he said.
Sneako would end up making a video on this, where he leaks the DMs between him and Keemstar, though he fails to show their Skype conversations, where Keem lays out his criteria. He quickly deleted it, though its existence enraged Keem. This led to a debate between the two, which is mainly just Keem going on long outbursts about how ungrateful Sneako is.
Please stop talking about my ego.
And everybody in this chat has said it is bad, all right? I have been a part of this fucking community for 7 years. I have seen it all right? I know what talent is. I know what talent is.
That's where
I
you're
know
missing
what
the
good
point.
is, and I know what's shit, all right? The reading that you did was shit. And then when I told you it wasn't good privately told you it wasn't good, privately told you I'm not going to use it, you had a hissy fit like a little boy and tried to get back at
That's not what the
Keemstar
point
because
is.
you had an opportunity to be in front of 400,000 people and you blew it. But you couldn't accept the fact that you did a bad job. Instead, you tried to pass the buck on me. Instead, you tried to make me the bad guy, and somehow I cheated you of something that you were owed, a spot on my fucking channel. And you took our private conversations. You cared. You took my private conversations and you made a video out of it, trying to make me into an ass, when really the whole point of all this was that you did a poor job and you couldn't accept the fact
You're not
a poor job.
We all do audio here. We know what good audio sounds like.
Keem later claims that Sneako is crying, though according to him, he's just sick.
But you did not put your mind to this project, which you know would have been good for you, and I would want you to do that because
I'm glad that it was bad because I'm not on his channel right now.
Don't cry, dude. If you seriously cry, they will never stop.
Crying?
Look at him.
Can he just
literally
talk?
got tears.
Can he just talk?
I'm not saying that as a joke. He's literally, you can see the water underneath his nose. Like I'm as a friend, we're not friends, but as a nice person, do not cry in here because they will pick on you forever, dude. Just fight the tears, please. Listen,
I don't know, man.
Here's the deal, Sneako.
I find it funny that he's calling out Sneako for crying when he spent this entire 90-minute podcast just screaming and hollering at a 17-year-old. It's an overall Keemstar L, but Sneako didn't look particularly good in the situation either, though in the grand scheme of things, it never had a lasting impact on his career, unlike the next drama he got himself into. During the early years of his channel, Sneako would befriend a fellow Call of Duty Let's Player, Mr. Beast. They became mutuals due to Jimmy commenting on his videos, something Sneako is quick to mention in interviews.
Yeah, I've known him for a long time, since I was 14. I've known him for a decade now.
How did that happen? Like, how did you...
We were both making Call of Duty videos at the same time. We were both making Call of Duty commentaries. And it's funny, you could still see it. I know he probably archived a lot of them, but we used to just play Call of Duty and then talk. And there was this era back on YouTube back in the day where it was just Call of Duty commentary. You'd play the game and then you talk about a subject.
I used to do that.
Yeah.
I used to.
How old are you? 24, 25?
Me, I'm 27 now.
27?
But when I was like 15,
this generation, like we all doing that. And so, yeah, he would be in my comment section. I was watching his videos.
Mr. Beast was practically his biggest fan, going as far as to shout him out in a video titled, 5 YouTubers I think will be famous.
I'm going to be doing 5 YouTubers that I think will be famous one day. Now, by famous, I mean they'll have 100,000 to 1 million subscribers. And these are 5 YouTubers, the 5 I'm about to list off, that are still small, but post really exceptionally good content that I feel like will be famous one day. At number 2, I have Sneako, and if you've ever seen Sneako's videos, you realize that they're kind of addicting. Once you start watching them, it's kind of hard to stop, but I don't know what it is about him. It's just, he's so straightforward with things, and he's not biased on anything. He'll let you know anything that's on his mind, and I never miss an upload from Sneako. I don't really know how to explain it, but he pretty much uploads videos similar to Eddie the Chump, just they're really well put together and really well thought out. I don't really know how else to explain it besides just telling you to go watch his videos.
Looking back, these guys had a lot of similarities, both shifting from gameplay and commentary videos to more edgy content. Sneako is giving questionable takes on social issues, while Jimmy and his friend Chris were making skit videos, with the type of humor you'd expect from someone in the mid-2010s.
I dare you to say something controversial. Chris, I was thinking about robbing a store.
You can't do that. You'll get shot, Jimmy.
I'm white.
Oh, yeah.
But later on in the decade, their content diverged. Jimmy shifted to challenge videos, which were family-friendly in comparison to his older content. He was still good friends of Sneako at this point, and actually hired him to work on the channel.
He bought me a flight back when I was in college, when I was still in the Matrix, doing a degree I didn't care about.
Yeah.
And I went and worked for him in North Carolina, and then I really saw how it was possible to be a content creator. He changed my mind. He was the first person to really, if you talk to him off camera, he'll like talk about all this Matrix stuff just in different terms. I remember going to restaurants and stuff like that, and he was just so rich at 19. He had an entire company, he had a warehouse, people working for him, and it wasn't even, I didn't even think it was possible to do that with YouTube. I just saw YouTube as a way to turn on a mic and camera and speak once in a while. He had systems in place, he had employees. he was running it like a bit, and I'm just like, this is the potential of YouTube. And he's like, yeah, I don't know, you drop out of school.
Sneako would actually drop out of college a year later to pursue YouTube, clearly inspired by how Jimmy ran his channel, though their partnership wouldn't last. As to date, Sneako has only appeared in 2 MrBeast videos. I built a mansion using only cardboard boxes from March 2018, and I built a working car using only Legos from June 2018.
That is crazy.
Save it, we might need
Get it! Oh my god! Is it hot? I feel like my eyebrows are gonna singe just going there.
There's an alternate universe where Sneako burned himself alive for a MrBeast video, and this documentary would only be 10 minutes long. But because he survived, you have to deal with another 90 minutes of this cuck. Sneako didn't really gel with the MrBeast crew, at least on camera. Behind the scenes, they were all cracking edgy jokes, saying things that most of Jimmy's audience wouldn't see as politically correct.
Look at me.
Yo.
Look at me, the big three. This is the OG big three, MrBeast.
Were they ripping toxic shit off stream?
Hell yes, bro.
No way.
Bro, Chris used to say he used to say
no way.
He used to be a Trump supporter, like these fucking coming to the country. Like, I swear, right?
What about Jimmy?
Jimmy was more brand, like he understood brand stuff a little bit better. But yeah, we would make jokes about everything. They were normal. They were SSB, AR loyal sense of humor.
Shut the fuck up.
Wallahi, yes. Yeah. Everybody has that natural sense of humor.
Yeah.
And then to see the switch, I'm like, what the fuck? I used to make Trump jokes about building the wall. I made MrBeast and I do a skit where we built a Lego wall, and I said MrBeast needs to like whip me and chase me over and like, get over the wall!
But when it came to filming content, Jimmy would be reluctant to include certain jokes, even cutting some out that were too political in nature.
I think back to it. I remember wanting to make specific jokes, like jokes about Trump and Hillary, because I was working like around the first election, or the first Trump election, and afterwards he regretted like even adding those jokes. I think he edited them out because he just wanted to be clean. He wanted to be friendly for everybody. But I like, racist jokes, homophobic jokes, stuff that like people are like, huh? I like when
bit of dark humor.
Yeah, I guess you could say so.
Sneako would be fired shortly after the Lego car video came out, and he became jealous of both Jimmy and his brand. He went as far as to make an exposed video, which he quickly deleted after 20 minutes.
What pissed me off after working with MrBeast is I always thought I was better at making videos, yet he's the one on track to be a top 10 YouTuber of all time. I got all jealous when he fired me and I made this hate video exposing him, and then I had to delete it when I realized that he blew up because he put in work. He actually went through the effort of doing it over and over again, and I never did.
Sneako claims that this video only got 40 views, but he knows Jimmy saw it, which completely tarnished what was left of their friendship. Sneako actually regrets doing this nowadays, as he easily could have kept a connection to MrBeast if he wasn't such a reckless asshole.
Well, you put a video up and then you just deleted it straight away.
Yeah, no one saw it, but
that's good.
He saw it.
He saw it?
Yeah, it had like 20, I think, barely. No one saw it but him, man. Yeah, and so you can't go back from that.
You don't think he'd ever forgive you?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Though with more recent events, Sneako has lost all respect for MrBeast, seeing him as a suck-up, willing to appease the largest audience possible. Sneako instead wanted to move in the opposite direction. During this era of his career, Sneako was pumping out a variety of different content to see what stuck. He was also trying out other ventures, which really didn't work out for him in the long run. First, he tried doing stand-up comedy, which he seemed really passionate about. The issue is that he's not really good at it. He did this one performance at this liberal college, and pretended the reason why the judges didn't like him is because he was making fun of woke people.
Like, what did you think that she thought, this lady down south? You think that she was gonna have some progressive beliefs about gender norms and about homophobia? No. Like, if my daughter Sally was trans, I'd be fine with it. That's not how they think. Just like you guys up here think that there's 40 genders. I'm not gonna judge you, baby. That's the way they think.
In reality, Sneako just rambles a lot. He's relying on shock value alone, like jingling keys in front of a baby. He thinks just saying offensive things on their own is funny, even though there's just no substance to it. Honestly, the judges are better at making jokes than he is.
Alright, so I gotta ask how many genders are there? How many genders are there? You said it.
Alright, next judge!
No comment?
Now, you can definitely tell with later performances that Sneako is improving his shtick, but I don't think this was ever a career path he should have continued with, especially with how insecure and sensitive he can be.
So I always ask girls, what do you mean by football? What does that mean? It means like you look like you don't text back. You look like you play with girls' emotions for sex. Thank you. At least I'm not a nerd anymore.
Around this time, he also tried male modeling, even being featured on Nike's website. He'd make a video roasting himself for this, but he only brings up some of the better looking photo shoots he's done. Some of these are just unexplainable. You have this one where it looks like his nipples are holding onto his shirt for dear life. He's also wearing a necklace and bracelet that probably belongs to his grandma. He also posted this video of him modeling in tighty whities. Here's him in his underwear, inches away from this person's ass. For Sneako's sake, let's hope that's a woman, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a dude. And finally, Sneako did some nude modeling, where he's posing with his semi-chubbed penis. This is really funny to me because, according to him in a 2021 interview, he claims that the modeling industry is run by mostly gay men.
What's like one thing you learned about that like modeling world, like that you didn't know before you joined it?
It's 99% of the fashion world derives from gay men. Even women's clothing, it all is because gay men run fashion. I didn't know that. They dominate it. Like
any group, they probably have the most fun.
And here's him back in 2019, admitting that a gay modeling scout flirted with him.
I signed to a modeling agency. I talked about this like the other day, but I signed to a modeling agency, and literally everybody in the fashion industry is gay. Every single person is gay, top to bottom. Get it? And I signed with an agent, and they didn't hit me up for like a month. They didn't contact me for weeks straight. So I call the point person. I'm like, "What's up? Like, I'm trying to get a job. I'm trying to work." And he says, "You haven't left my mind since we signed." I'm like, "What? I don't have self-esteem issues. I got bills to pay." You know what I mean? Like the flirting gets strange. I can't do it in those circumstances. Like, I'm just trying to work. I don't want to have to flirt with these people.
So yeah, this dude had an erection in front of a bunch of gay guys. Around 2020, Sneako began his most popular series, the 1 Minute Podcast. The concept is pretty simple. Sneako set up this booth, similar to what Steven Crowder does. Though instead of doing it on college campuses, he does it in a New York subway station. He gets a bunch of random crackheads to discuss controversial topics. Things like gender roles, obesity, trans stuff, COVID, religion, and spirituality. It's a lot more interesting than what Steven does, because instead of listening to a bunch of retarded college students, you get to hear this stuff from the homeless meth head who thinks aliens stuck needles up his ass.
I personally come from like a very traumatic past and had PTSD, so I learned how to heal myself through yoga and other forms of like meditation.
And astrology?
Huh?
Astrology too?
I like astrology too. That's completely different, but I love astrology.
I know you did, based on the yoga and it makes sense. It lines up.
Yeah, I'm an Aquarius. What are you?
I'm a virgin.
You're a virgin? A born again virgin?
No, like the month.
Oh, I thought you said a Virgo then, not a virgin.
My Mercury's in Gatorade.
Is what? I don't know. Is Gatorade? That doesn't make any sense. But it's okay, I like it. It's cute. You're cute. You can get away with it when you're cute and you say stupid shit.
Yeah, you say dumb stuff and then people nod their head, yeah.
You like smile and you're like, well, sorry, that didn't make sense.
The series was still praised by others for its editing, and look into the perspectives of other people. Though the minute-long time limit for each segment grew some criticism, it didn't allow for much nuance that you get with a longer conversation, though that didn't matter for many people, with many claiming this is Sneako's best work.
I feel like a lot of people who are like, oh my god, I'm an empath, it's like you just have human emotion and you just aren't. They see someone crying and they're like, I think that person's sad. I'm an empath, I would know, I don't know. It's like, oh, my mom just died. Oh, I sense you're sad. I'm an empath, so I get it.
Why do people even think that's different? Isn't that the most standard human thing ever?
People like to be cool and quirky, and they can label that as cool and quirky.
What do you think about the fact that empathy's become quirky?
If empathy is quirky, then I think everyone on Earth should be quirky and have basic human empathy.
And if everybody's quirky, nobody's quirky.
It's the quirky paradox.
The series was briefly impacted by the pandemic in 2020, though Sneako still found ways to film episodes. He would also film other types of on-the-street content, usually just asking people stupid questions for content. One particular video from this era was reacted to by Hassan Piker. A leftist political streamer pretends to hold progressive values. I will say, to defend Sneako here, Hassan's reaction is pretty bad. He doesn't engage with Sneako's argument, and turns it off less than halfway through.
No, but like spiritually, like I identify as no, I converted. Like I'm trans age. Okay. So.
Oh, thank God he did it. I was gonna die if he didn't do like some transphobic jokes. You know, 8 minutes in, I was like, where's the transphobia? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
come on.
But technically, I'm 16, but like men's.
Okay, I can't watch this. All right, we're done. It's MasterChef time, baby.
Hassan had a stroke and realized it's time to infringe on copyright. I mention this because Hassan's sloppy coverage actually inspired Sneako to start streaming himself.
I made this video called How to View Women, and it took a month. A lot of writing, scripting, filming, like hiring filmers. It was just overall, that video is so good. It's like 19 minutes long. It feels like a TV show. It's one of my best of all time. It took a month, like grinding out the edits and everything. I posted it, does well, and then Lasanabi reacts to it. I never heard about this guy before, and I see him react to people are messaging me like, this guy's reacted to your stuff. I tune in, there's 40,000 people watching, and the guy's just sitting here biting his nails. This is stupid. This guy's an incel. And I'm like, what the? 40,000 live viewers in all the chats. Incel. What the? You don't even get it. You don't even get the video. But he probably made more money reacting to something that took me a month, just complaining about it and lying and not even understanding the fucking concept of the video. I'm like, this is the internet. Why am I spending a month making this artistic video trying to connect with people, making something different and unique when you could bite your nails, sit down and profit off and make as much money? Fuck that. So I'm like, let me do this. Let me show you that I'm better than you. I'm gonna be better than all these fucking streamers like hating on me. All of them. I've been streaming for like 3 months, and now they're reacting to me every single day saying the same stuff. And I just want to prove a point that I can be more entertaining than you. I can be faster than you. I can be funnier than you at your own job. And this is a side hustle. I'm an artist, bro. I'm doing my own stuff on Sneako on my main channel. I could tap into you streaming shit and watch me blow up and watch me expose you.
This all could have been avoided if Hassan was just a little better at streaming. But in all honesty, Sneako's eventual downfall didn't have anything to do with this controversy. It all stemmed from a video he made over a year prior, which was the beginning of the end for Sneako's reputation. In September 2020, a French-produced film by Maïmouna Decoré was released on Netflix, titled Cuties in English. The film follows an 11-year-old Muslim girl named Amy, who lives in one of the more impoverished areas of Paris. She is disinterested in following her religion, especially due to her father wanting to marry another woman. In order to rebel, she joins a dance crew of other preteen girls, who engage in extremely degenerate behavior. In the end, she rejects both lifestyles, choosing to discover her own personal identity. The film sought to criticize the hypersexuality of underage girls in the modern age, but became massively controversial due to extensively contributing to the problem. The film sexualizes its young child actresses, having them wear booty shorts, showing them twerking, among specific scenes that I can't describe as anything other than disturbing. There's a scene of Amy taking a picture of a boy's willy while he's at a urinal, another where Amy spanks one of the girls, and worst of all, a scene where Amy takes pictures of her private parts and posts them online. General audiences panned the film, though professional critics were quick to glaze it, which has come back to bite them whenever they pan a film people actually like, those that don't sexualize children. But besides the usual creeps near Hollywood, a few YouTubers attempted to praise the film, which only made them seem like pedophiles hiding in plain sight.
You're supposed to be sitting there holding these two thoughts in your head, and one that these are kids, and the other that they're hot.
Now, while Mr. Girl could have been trolling, Sneako definitely wasn't when he dropped his review of Cuties on September 16th, 2020. He starts it off by claiming that Cuties is his new favorite film, and that it's a victim of cancel culture.
I saw Cuties last night and it was pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. I went in ready to hate like everybody else. I saw the cover and I got clickbaited. So did you got clickbaited. This is one of the movies that's gonna age well. Like right now the outrage is really strong, so saying something like this This video probably already has half dislikes. And I even tweeted like, Cuties is clickbait. This was a pretty good movie. And everybody replying like, I'm unfollowing you. This is the limit, Sneako. This is the limit. I can guarantee you, none of you saw the fucking movie, dummies.
Now that statement from him is pretty ironic because I question if Sneako has even seen the film. He claims the sexual nature of the film is entirely necessary. As for the message of the movie to hit hard, you just have to watch 11-year-old girls twerking. But guys, the child porn has a really rich and engaging story.
I like this movie because it's extremely provocative, but it's realistic. A major criticism of this film was that it's child porn, that they were just showing these kids and that it's gonna bring a bunch of pedophiles in. I don't think so. I don't think so. Not more than anything else that's on the internet now, or not more than beauty pageants in America, which still exist and are exactly what you see in the film. It's also really funny to see the difference of reaction that Americans had and Europeans had, because I'm in Europe and people are like, yeah, that was a pretty good film. Americans are like, this is deplorable. I saw this commentator, Penguin Zero, who I actually like. There's not a lot of good commentators, but he's like, this movie is deplorable. There's nothing good about it. There's nothing. And it's like he didn't even watch the movie. It's just like he only saw the clips that were gonna piss him off. Or he just got so triggered by the provocative imagery that he just, deplorable. Come on, man. Like, don't you see the reasons why she's doing what she's doing?
Now Charlie, or Moist Critical as most people call him, did actually watch the movie. He just couldn't finish it because it's disgusting. He brings this up during their convo in 2023, where Sneako tries to make a bizarre counter-argument.
You mentioned you saw my video, so you know I didn't finish the movie. I physically couldn't. I found it just to be completely repulsive.
Haven't you seen a lot of other movies that have repulsed you before? I watch horror movies. I watch movies that are provocative quite a bit.
Yeah, but this is something I feel isn't being recognized. There's a difference between being repulsed by fiction, which is like horror movies, that's not real, and being repulsed because there's real children doing sexual things. You can't fake that. The actresses were 11 to 13 years old. They were twerking. There was some very gross scenes in there, and like the cameras would zoom in on their chest and their ass and their crotch. Like, that's a very different kind of repulsed.
Now Sneako does agree that those parts of the film are gross, but he's incredibly stubborn and can't concede that those scenes are unnecessary.
That's what we agree on. I don't agree that those scenes are good. I don't agree with the sexualization of children. I defend the movie because I defend the morality of the movie. And I think that most people that were disgusted have seen those clips or didn't watch the whole movie like you. So that movie was taken out of context quite a bit. People don't really see the moral of the movie, which is defending Islamic values and also pointing out the very real problem that young girls have going on social media and doing these dances.
This baffles me because the film is definitely not promoting Islamic values. In fact, it shows Islam as also being a degenerate lifestyle. The film doesn't end with Amy realizing that Islam is good all along, that her father starting a harem is cool and epic. It ends with her rejecting both lifestyles. Did he even watch the full movie? Or did he spend too much time staring at the girls' asses? Easily my favorite part of this conversation is when Sneako admits to having his For You page on TikTok filled with underage girls dancing.
When you see girls doing this on TikTok, they don't know.
I don't see girls doing it on TikTok though, is the thing, right? The only people that would are going to be the pedophiles. They would go and search that out. This movie was advertised on Netflix.
No, that's not true. Every time, I don't have TikTok on my phone, but once in a while before I was banned, I would go on there, and the first 3 videos would be the same thing that you see on Cuties. And that's why I uninstalled the app. That's why I refuse to have it on my phone, because it's directing you to those images.
Sneako, buddy, your For You page is recommending content they think you'd like. TikTok probably just notices you watch a lot of underage girls twerking and is showing you more of it. It's like when people complain about getting porn ads on YouTube, which only happen because they're a massive porn addict. Charlie's coverage of the film really got to Sneako for some reason, so he chose to go on stream and rant about it some more. He claims that people like Charlie only care about this topic because they're projecting.
If you're afraid of watching it and feeling like a pedophile, then maybe you like kids too much, dog. Like, that was never a problem. When I watched it, like, I know I don't like kids, so I'm just gonna watch the movie. Low-key, a lot of these, like, people who, like, just sit alone and, like, go on their computer all day, they're afraid of thinking that they're pedophiles. And, like, you're only gonna be afraid of something if low-key you are kind of like that. You get what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? Like, if you're afraid to watch the movie and think you're a pedophile, maybe.
What the fuck are you saying, brother? You're yapping. Even he knows he's full of shit. The issue is that he kept doubling down for years, even claiming that the film will help stop wokeness through its message.
There is a life outside of the woke degeneracy, and that's why I will continue to defend the movie Cuties until Moist Critical decides to debate me about it. Nobody who hates the movie Cuties has seen it. It's about an Islamic family that moves from West Africa to France, a woke country that's literally on fire right now, and the daughter of the family gets corrupted by TikTok and starts dancing provocatively and leaves her Islamic values behind. She goes from a good Muslim girl to a degenerate wokey, lying, twerking, and fighting, and it blows up in her face and her family's disappointed, and eventually she reverts back to Islam. I like that movie because I see it as another version of my life. I started YouTube at 11 years old, and following the trends of social media before God led me to complete degeneracy.
Moist Critical did eventually debate him on this, as mentioned before, and in it, he finally gets Sneako to admit that they shouldn't have used real kids.
We agree that it is disgusting, but you are excusing it because you believe it highlights a very real issue, which it does. But it contributes to that issue by using children. They didn't have to use kids. You recognize that, right? They could have used...
They didn't have to use kids. But I also look at the director and I look at the moral of the movie, and I don't think that it was anything unsafe. And I don't think that the director had any bad intentions making it. So maybe it shouldn't have been as sexualized, but I defend the morality of the movie. And I also defend the effect that it had on me.
The effect being an erection in Sneako's pants. Also love how they're having this conversation as Sneako is walking around Japan. You can occasionally hear pedestrians reacting to what Sneako is saying, and it gives these same vibes as,
I love kids, Charlie! I love kids!
Pim, I would really not be screaming that at the top of your lungs.
Sneako previously dated Lily Fofana, a model from France. The two had a long-distance relationship due to her job, which Sneako obviously couldn't handle. This relationship became a topic of interest in early 2021, when Sneako announced on a podcast that he is a chronic cheater.
Wait, have you been in a regular relationship before?
Yeah, they didn't last long though. And I always thought about cheating. Like, that was the big one with my girlfriend before, is like I wanted to cheat all the time. Because she went to a different college.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I mean, I'm being honest, bro. Like, she went to it, so... Okay, let me explain.
No, because you say you're doing long distance though. It's not.
Okay, no, it's not even that long distance.
No, you're talking about a girl down the street at the bodega. Like this thing's like, I swear to you all the time.
She was going to a different school. I was living in Long Island. She was living in Brooklyn. And it's like it's 40 minutes away.
It's not that
Bro, listen.
Man, you said you 30 minutes away. Fuck this. Where Ashley at? Ashley, my girl tripping. She's 30 minutes away.
And she lived in Brooklyn.
A month later, Sneako uploaded a video titled We Broke Up, in which he interviews Lily about the relationship. He admits to cheating on her, though he tries convincing her that they were in some sort of open relationship.
I'm like 99% sure that we had an open relationship.
You decide that.
But what am I supposed to do? Like, if you're not here for 5-6 months, like, what am I supposed to do? Beat my meat every day?
No, but I mean, 5 months obviously is a long time, right? But that was before it got that long, wasn't it? Ah, okay.
It was like 2 months. It was like 2 months you were gone.
So, I could have been back anytime.
You're still not back though, like nothing.
Yeah, exactly. This is why we're not together anymore. That's the whole point.
Sneako would get absolutely clowned on for this video, even by his own fans, who lamented their disappointment in the comment section. But one particular comment stands out, one from the YouTuber D'Angelo Wallace. He's for the streets. This really enraged Sneako, who decided to go on the attack, seeing D'Angelo as an easy target. 2 weeks later, he posted, "Forcing myself to watch D'Angelo Wallace," where he reacts to his documentary about influencers who violated COVID restrictions. Instead of actually giving good counterarguments, Sneako spends the video flinging out various insults at D'Angelo, kind of like a retarded ape, flinging his feces at the wall.
Shout out Tyler Oakley, I guess. If your favorite influencers are at huge house parties during a pandemic.
It's funny that he's shouting out just the white version of him. Just another gay nerd with glasses who probably talks the same way and snitches on people.
But I am gonna just cut right to the chase.
These are the worst type of gay guys. Can we talk about that? There's a lot of like cool ass gay guy. The gay guys who be in the gym with the tank top and the mesh shirt, those guys are chill as fuck. They host great parties. They're mad fun. They know all the bitches. Yo, those gay guys are plugged up. They probably know how to dance and stuff like that. These are the gay people who don't know how to sing. They don't know how to dance. They weren't good enough to get invited to the musical theater performances. So they end up just snitching and just whining for the rest of their life. And they probably get fat by the time they're 28.
Now, I'm not here to complain about Sneako making these insults. I could care less. The issue is why Sneako is saying this stuff. He's doing it because he's butthurt at D'Angelo. Mad that someone who looks like this insulted his manhood.
D'Angelo Wallace.
Go off.
Thought his videos were okay until he decided out of nowhere, I don't know why, like I'm not even one starting this beef. He commented on my last video and got top comment saying he belongs to the streets. I don't know you, you don't know me, and you're judging me, calling me a thought. It got me feeling a type of way, I'm not gonna lie.
It's even more pathetic when you realize how one-sided this all is. All D'Angelo did was leave a scathing comment, which led Sneako to freak out for weeks on end. D'Angelo never responded to any of this, making the situation comparable to a dude drowning in a shallow pool. Sneako would also continue justifying his sexual lifestyle, even doing an episode of the 1 Minute podcast where he discusses polygamy.
Are your parents together?
They still are. After they just had their 33rd anniversary. It is, but I can't imagine doing that myself.
It does.
30 years? Are you kidding me? With one person? Sounds like prison.
Longer even. I mean, it got invented when we didn't live so long, so I think it might be a little bit like, you know, if you died at 50, it'd be like, whatever, right?
He'd even return on the peer-to-peer podcast in November 2021, discussing his new relationship with his new partner, Maria. Maria was down to be in an open relationship with Sneako, testing it out by going to multiple sex parties. He goes into painstaking detail about this on the podcast, making for one of the most hilarious examples of oversharing in history. Usually, men would have to be tortured for this information to get out, but Sneako was strangely confident about this.
So I wanted to break this down, like, because this was, imagine seeing the girl you love, like,
get fucked.
You
love her?
Yeah, I do. I love it. Yeah, I love her. I was about to say I love this bitch. I'm like, nah, let me not say that. I love my wifey, my queen.
And you allowed the love of your life to get fucked by another man.
What happened to the other agreement?
Are there rules to like how big the dick can be?
Whatever happened.
There has to be, because if it's 10 inches, it's not happening.
Is there sex
like,
duration?
That's not fair.
Why? That's not. Yeah, you're right. It's not fair to you because you had to follow that act though. That's crazy.
Though in reality, Sneako was incredibly insecure and fails to convince the host of the show that cuckoldry is base and epic. He actually had to walk out of the room, not being able to stomach Maria getting plowed by a man with a bigger dick.
The first time, as soon as I saw like 3 pumps in, I just got up and walked out. I'm just like, I can't do that.
That's literally
Just
the plot.
it was just like
That's the plot of you.
A 1, a 2, and a 3, and Sneako was out.
So we were supposed to swap another couple, but I wasn't really fucking with his girl.
But Sneako, he just had to see it happen. He had to supervise Maria. He just couldn't let it happen behind his back. Now that would be improper.
This is a place where she could exercise the open relationship. Like it should be fair that she can take other dick if I'm fucking other pussy. Like,
equality.
That's not fair.
Equality.
That's balance. So if it's gonna happen, I might as well see it, supervise it, make sure everything's okay.
Wait, what? No, you didn't have to jump to that conclusion.
Well, it's worse.
I'm saying right now.
It's worse if it happens behind my back. Like I don't want it.
It's not. But y'all are both knowing that it's happening.
So it's never behind your back anymore. You just gotta know.
I gotta see it.
It don't need to be literally in front of you.
It was literally like this far away from me.
Can you
have a what?
So
twice, yeah.
Hold on.
Twice.
Wait, how close was it?
We were on the same bed. I was with his girl. He was with my girl.
You
like
was
right
on the bed?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
So what do they call that? Like after the swim club, you get like a
they call that
sweating
odd.
award?
That's what they call it. You're odd. You sat on the bed while she got fucked.
I was there too. I mean, we was both. I got up.
Were you fucking his girl?
I was not fucking with her.
So you just sat there Indian style with your feet
Y'all
crossed.
both just sat there.
Well, she was on top of me. She was like,
Sneako couldn't just sit in the hotel cuck chair and watch. He had to get up close and personal, studying them with a pair of binoculars and a padded notebook. It was completely necessary to get close to the guy's cock. Speaking of which, Sneako tells another story where he fucks Maria in the bathroom, allowing another man to lick her clit while his dick was still inside her.
This couple comes in, they start watching, and then I hear his girl say to the boyfriend, like, lick her clit. And so while I'm like hitting it from the back, he lays down on the floor and starts licking her. But think about like the logistics of that.
Dick is that close to that?
Think about the logistics. Like his head is like is like 6 inches, like his eyebrows are like tickling the bottom, and I have to like move, like go like that so I don't make contact because his eyebrows are like tickling. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like here with it, like I'm trying to not touch his head, and he was completely okay with it. Like, and
you were too?
I'm like here. I'm like trying.
But you kept stroking though, right?
I stopped. Like
okay.
I'm like I can't. This is logistically. This is not gonna work.
Now I'm sure I'll have some people in the comments complaining that I'm just simply kink shaming him. Many others who have mocked Sneako for being a cuck usually claim they're doing it to point out some inherent hypocrisy, which is fine. But yes, guys, I am kink shaming him here. But you can't call me out for it because my kink is kink shaming. Checkmate. Of course I'm gonna clown on this guy for this. He's letting his girl chow down during the ultimate hot dog eating contest, as he actively avoids fucking other women. That's cuckoldry 101. If you're an online figure and don't want to have your sex life mocked, how about you not talk about it? We don't need a 14-page essay on what gets you turned on. Just stick to making the funny little YouTube videos. My main issue with Sneako here is that he goes on to promote this lifestyle. A lifestyle that has negatively affected his mental health, claiming it gave him PTSD.
I was literally having PTSD watching that. I was like having war flash. Like I just started, could not do it. So
did that get you out of your cheating ways?
What position?
No.
Bro watched Tyrone going gorilla mode on his girl and starts having his life flash before his eyes. There's something in his brain telling him this is wrong, but he doesn't know what it is. Yet despite Sneako feeling this way, he recommends that other couples try going to sex parties.
I'm like feeling traumatic thoughts, like seeing her with another person. It's a lot. But I think it's something everybody should do just to test.
No!
You know what?
No!
I think you should.
I may smack a nigga.
I said the same shit before.
It's gonna be a angry, mad, naked in that bitch.
Bro, like you don't want to be that couple. You know, you don't want to be toxic.
I'm gonna be that couple.
Because
wait, what? You don't want to be what couple?
It's a sex party. Whatever happens there,
I just won't go. You're right.
I think you should go through that trauma.
No,
I think everyone should go through
Why you say that?
He says that this will help your relationship, claiming that it caused him to be slightly more faithful to Maria.
You got to see if this is the person that you actually want to be with. Because if you enjoy sex with somebody more, if there's somebody you're more attracted to, or if you're not on the same page sexually, then it's not going to be a good time. But if you can go through that experience like with your partner and like you still, it feels stronger afterwards. Like after all that, everything was like better, to be honest.
So do you still cheat?
I mean,
you know what that sounds? But you still cheat though.
Less.
So even after that,
It's
you
not
still
cheating
fuck.
if it's an open relationship.
Yeah, it's open.
But even after that, you still fuck other women. So what are we talking about?
Actually, no. It's been a while. Like the only time has been like just threesomes.
But this is clearly a fucking lie, as he was still going to these parties around the time this podcast was filmed. He even says he went to them as recent as 2 days prior.
We've been to like 4 of these parties now, and I've never felt the urge to like fuck another bitch. I've been to like we went to 2 that night, and then we went to 2 like 2 nights ago.
Damn, y'all be fucking.
Yeah. We went to another one like 2 weeks later. Yeah.
But why?
But
why? Who's proposing this? Is this you or
both
her?
of us? Both of us. Yeah. Both of us. It was like a mutual
Now
decision.
does she feel the same way when you're fucking somebody else in front of her?
Nah, she likes it.
Sneako would later regret saying all this, not because of how unhealthy polygamy can be for most people, but because a lot of the leftist YouTubers who were critical of him use it against him.
I don't do it anymore. I don't recommend it. And seeing how many people call me a cuck for what I thought was a funny story, you should probably not do the same. I tried the lifestyle that the woke mind virus pushes, and it ends up being what the woke YouTubers try to shame me for. Kind of ironic. I showed a moment of weakness on a podcast thinking that it'd be a funny experience to talk about, and it will continue to haunt me for probably the rest of my career.
Over the years, this story has evolved into a persistent meme, being thrown back at his face whenever he says anything negative about women online. I mean, the chair in the corner of hotel rooms has practically been renamed to the Sneako chair, a throne that bestows him the king of the cucks. Though these memes are mainly prevalent during 2022, as it would perfectly contrast with his new persona as a red pill influencer. 2022 saw the rise of Andrew Tate, a former kickboxer and businessman turned right-wing influencer. Tate attached himself to the manosphere, a loose group of ideals that tie themselves heavily to anti-feminism and men going their own way. Accepting these ideals means you have taken the red pill, a concept stolen from the Matrix. Andrew's content would begin going viral, catching the attention of many online. One of these viewers was Sneako, who would soon collaborate with Andrew alongside his new friend Aiden Ross, a booger-eating, seat-sniffing, illiterate homunculoid.
What does a fascist mean? A far-right authorization on ultra-analytic, oh my god, ultra-analytist.
Sneako would also begin reacting to Taint's content on stream, viewing it as motivational while ignoring his more misogynistic views.
So you get to that point, you have a decision. You hear what I'm saying right now? You hear me yelling at you, telling you, like, people look at Tate, same thing, I've seen it all the fucking time with my roommate, with everybody. They're like, Tate's a weirdo. Bleh. He's way richer than you. He could beat the shit out of you. He doesn't care about you. It doesn't matter what you think if he's cool or not. What I watch him for is motivation. I want to be rich as fuck. I want to be able to kick the shit out of people. I want to get out of the Matrix too. I want to go to Eastern Europe and get out of this fucking liberal hellhole that's America.
He basically became Andrew's biggest dick sucker, defending the top G, even when damning allegations came out about him. There's mountains of evidence showing that Andrew would engage in human trafficking, even taking women's passports so they couldn't leave Romania. During a debate with Destiny, Sneako chose to downplay this behavior.
I'm not saying it's impossible, I'm saying it's extremely likely, and nothing from what I've seen being at their house and nothing about their character points to them threatening women against their will.
Wait, hold on. Did Tate did Tate actually say he took their passports?
I don't know.
Hold on, somebody in chat, can somebody tell me, did Tate actually say that? He might have said in his own words that he took their passports. Yes, he did say that. Okay, so that's how they can't leave then. He actually takes the passports. And he probably lies and he says it's for tax reasons. I think you're glazing right now, bro.
They could have asked for it back. They kicked out many women.
In August 2022, after an online campaign to deplatform him, Andrew Tate had most of his social media accounts banned, meaning there was another massive hole to fill by another red pill influencer. Tristan Tate, Andrew's brother, chose Sneako as a new leader of their movement, passing the torch to him through a WhatsApp voicemail.
I'm going to continue living the life. So, Sneako, young man, if I disappear, I'm passing the torch to you. Keep spreading the message. While it's still relevant to talk about Andrew Tate, I appreciate you showing this final video to your followers and fans. You know, God bless you. And as long as I'm allowed to, I'll be jumping on your stream soon. Just give me a week. I've got vacation.
Give him a week, chat. He's got vacation. Okay, yours just went live. He says he wants to get on the phone. So you heard him. Tristan said he passed the torch to me. It's a lot of... Bro, I'm... We got this. We can do it together. If you are like-minded, if you want a free freedom of speech, if you want a traditional family with grounded roles, if you believe in God, if you want things to be better, if you don't want to let the elites control you, then we need you on your... We need each other. I can't do this shit on my own. I know Tristan said he's gonna pass the torch to me. I can't do this shit all on my own. A lot of people have been brainwashed. Most of the YouTubers you watch have all been brainwashed. They promote prawn, gambling. They promote stuff to drain your energy, to make you tired, to make you weaker, to make you sadder. A lot of the streamers just want to milk you for money, and it's ironic because they'll call out when you release a course for entrepreneurship. They'll say that, oh, you're just trying to get rich. At least they're trying to teach you, and me too, are trying to teach you valuable information.
Shortly after this, Sneako would begin the Creativity Kit, which is extensively a dollar store ripoff of Andrew Tate's Hustlers University. He promises to teach you the tips and tools you'll need to be successful on YouTube, using his prior connection to Mr. Beast in order to convince his fans of his expertise.
There's valuable information. My editor teaches you how to edit. I'm teaching you how to get inspired. I'm teaching you how to make videos properly. I'm teaching you what I learned from Mr. Beast, the most successful YouTuber of all time, a YouTuber that I've worked with. So take the opportunity or don't. There's a Discord server where you could communicate with people who want to go get it, bro.
I'm not doubting Sneako's knowledge of content creation. He did gain millions of followers through his highly edited videos. The problem is that much of this information is basic as hell, and doesn't need a $50 course to teach it. The Creativity Kit was clearly thrown together in a couple of hours, which is incredibly noticeable since half the videos are taught by Sneako's boring-ass editor. He clearly did this for monetary purposes and to boost his ego, as the Discord server made for the kit was full of dick riders spamming Sneako's content. Sneako also brought people in through affiliate marketing, which only continued to spam his content into the ether. YouTuber BSOLZ ended up biting the bullet and paid for the course, showing outsiders how poorly made it all was. He mentioned how many customers were having technical issues, with their complaints being removed by Sneako's editor.
Basically every product you buy these days allow a full refund if the product doesn't work for you. I can't watch these videos because my internet is bad despite having 100 megabits per second download, and so I cannot gain any value out of them. I've asked everyone all the way up to Musa for a refund, and the response I got was surprisingly rude and unhelpful, so I was forced to file a claim through my bank. It's depressing that you guys chose to run your business this way. There's my testimonial. Watch it get removed because you guys don't unplug kids from the Matrix. You just plug them into your own Matrix. And you know what happened? Yo, what happened, BSOLZ? What happened? Post got removed. The post got removed.
And this person in the Discord server is right. Sneako isn't helping people to escape the Matrix, or whatever the fuck. He's not guiding people out of echo chambers. He's just created his own. Sneako claims he's trying to discourage degeneracy from the other side, but he's only instilling his approved version of degeneracy.
If you think that telling people to go get it and to hustle is being the male Kim Kardashian, then we just fundamentally disagree on life.
What's the difference?
That Kim Kardashian is encouraging, like, you get famous for nothing, to be a thought, to just put on makeup and say nothing and you can be famous. I'm encouraging people to be the best version of themselves.
Okay, be famous for nothing and being a thought. The male equivalent to that is saying, try to make a YouTube channel and be funny and trade crypto. It's the same thing, but for men. How do you not see that?
It's not the same thing. That's adding value to the world. And
You're not adding value to the world by buying and selling crypto. You're adding value to the world by making yourself a better person.
Look, you're getting really triggered by the crypto
I'm
thing.
I'm not triggered at all. I don't know why you keep saying that.
Value to the world. It's bigger than crypto. It's adding value. A lot of people like get complacent and they go type essays and they go whine about other people's money. And I'm saying you need to add value. My way of adding value is being funny, is entertaining and talking on stream all the time. And I have a couple businesses. That's what I know how to do. Not everybody's gonna do exactly what I do, but I'm telling people to be the best version of themselves.
These red pillars claim to be against sexual degeneracy and OnlyFans culture, yet they clearly support their own version of those things. Andrew Tate, for instance, pimped out various cam girls. Sneako tried encouraging polyamory and promoted a film that sexualized minors. Sneako likes to pretend that all of his enemies are sheep, having all their thoughts controlled by the government. He now has this mindset that if the government says something, it must be a lie. He doesn't realize the irony that this makes him a sheep too, as he's being a contrarian in response to someone else's decision. Because of this, he would yap about COVID misinfo and claim that wearing a seatbelt while driving is bad.
Do you wear a seatbelt when you drive, or do you not give a fuck about that?
I have this thing where you could put a seatbelt thing you could buy on Amazon. This is like advice for the chat. You can get like a seatbelt thing on Amazon that clicks in and then it gets rid of the beeping sound.
Okay, so you don't wear seatbelts either. Do you think seatbelts make you safer when you drive?
There's some circumstances where a seatbelt actually restricts you and traps you inside the car. You can see accidents.
There are some circumstances where somebody could
collision.
Yeah.
You get mad interrupting and now you're
there are circumstances where.
Hold on. Desi, let him finish.
Yeah, go ahead.
You can get into a collision, and if you have a seatbelt on, then you can get trapped in the car, and the car can catch on fire. But sometimes, if you're not wearing a seatbelt, there's instances where people have literally flown out the windshield because they weren't wearing a seatbelt and they survived. But a seatbelt could trap you in there.
What do you think is more common? Do you understand statistics or probability?
Destiny, you were thinking way too highly of this guy. Of course he doesn't understand that. This guy's an IQ of 95.
First test counted. Fuck that test.
Imagine scoring lower on an IQ test than Xander Hall. The guy stored all of his money in his Steam wallet. Honestly, I'm glad Sneako has that opinion on seatbelts. It proves that natural selection exists. Sneako would parrot a new motto through his content: seek truth through funny. According to him, the funniest thing that could happen is always the truth, no matter what.
It means that I think the funniest thing is usually what ends up being true. That's what I find. It's funny because it's true. My favorite comedy has always been truth tellers and truth seekers, and that's the best type of comedy. I don't like comedy without a purpose. I don't like just straight up dick jokes or race jokes or black people do this and white people do that. But even those jokes, the funniest jokes of that nature are because it's true. They point out stereotypes and they point out realities of race that we ignore.
He was just gassing up his ego as the new top G. The advice he usually gave was just utter dog shit. Nothing here is going to help young men. And this is where I want to bring up something I posted to Twitter a couple months ago. Sneako reacted to a mini documentary about the shooter, Elliot Rodgers, producing one of the greatest thumbnails. I did watch the video, and he does correctly point out how deranged the Supreme Gentleman is, to my surprise. Though Sneako's advice to potential shooters is not to go to therapy, and instead surround themselves with people who will call them a fat.
Someone in the chat said this is why therapists are important. You know, I don't think so. I think if he had in his chat like this, if he had some type of community, he could have avoided it. I don't think you need therapy for this problem at all. I don't think he was mentally ill. I think he was completely sane. Just didn't have a masculine presence in his life. His parents weren't paying attention. His dad was probably busy with his work, and he didn't have a brother. He just had a sister. It's extremely important to have men that can call you a...
Yeah, no, Sneako. This guy was mentally ill. He thought of himself as a god, and planned to chop people up so he could dump their heads all over the street. This would make Elliot the perfect Sneako viewer. A mentally deranged incel with high levels of narcissism, spending his time doing anything other than talking to women. Though Sneako's grift never truly worked, as despite temporary success, most people wouldn't treat him seriously. He became more polarizing, and his course failed, only getting 150 people to sign up. Despite being part of the manosphere, Sneako is definitely not a masculine role model. He's an insecure cock with baby arms.
This is just fucking disgusting, bro. Why the fuck are my arms that small? Chat, am I... Alright, actually, low-key. Low-key. Yeah, alright. Okay, fine. Fine.
Around this time, Sneako decided to take a gay test on stream, making for some surprisingly riveting content. It's 20 minutes of Sneako slowly finding out he's gay, which is something we already knew because a dude's mouth was inches away from his cock.
Have you ever looked at a person of the same sex and felt attracted in a sexual way? Chat, we're being honest. We're being honest. It's happened. You're lying if you've never had that thought while looking at someone of the same sex and be like, whoa. Come on, someone else. Okay. This whole shit is Ayo. I know I'm digging myself a hole. If you played the game too, it'd be Ayo. But if we're being honest, I know I'm not alone here. You've had that mental thing where you're like, that guy's kind of good. Whoa, chill, bro. Whoa, what the fuck? Whoa, stop. Have you ever worn or fantasized about wearing clothes of another sex? I mean, I've wore high heels before. Chat, bro, come on, bro. Does that make me gay if I put on some high heels? If I put on my sister's my sister did a makeover. Chat, you've done a makeover with a bitch before, right? You've done makeup with a girl, come on. If there's only 2 people left, I'm closing my eyes and getting my dick sucked. I'm sorry. If that makes me gay, bro, fuck it. You can say what you want. I'm closing my eyes and getting some head. Fuck it, bro. Fuck. What?
And here's a story about Sneako flirting with a gay guy. Shout out to Gokinaru for sending this to me.
I see a gay guy over there with this blonde hair and piercings and shit. I go up to him like, hey, like your hair. He says, cutie or whatever. I'm like, you got a cigarette? He's like, yeah, for you. I take a cigarette. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to my friends. He's like, oh, okay, bye. And I just take the cig and leave. I flirted with the... I flirted with the gay guy to get a cigarette. I don't even smoke like that, but...
Sneako, you're gay. You can come out of the closet, dog. We don't discriminate here. It's just funny to hear all this from someone like Sneako. He's constantly talking shit about the LGBTQ community. He's just projecting his insecurities. It's the only way to describe some of his behavior. In mid-2022, YouTuber Brandon Buckingham was looking for an opponent for a Happy Punch boxing card, reaching out to various other creators. One of these creators was Sneako, who Brandon had met up with multiple times in the past. They first met a couple of years prior at a birthday party for a mutual friend, Steezy Kane. The two of them didn't really fuck with each other, as Brandon found Sneako to be a bit narcissistic, and Sneako didn't like Brandon's rowdy nature. Though eventually, they'd become somewhat friendly towards each other, with Brandon and his friends even hanging out with Sneako and his girlfriend, Maria. Though by the time Brandon asked Sneako to fight on a boxing card, they hadn't talked in 10 months, and Sneako would decline the offer.
He kept asking me to get into a fight, and I'm like, man, I don't really feel like it. It's just not really, I'd rather sit at home and yell at a camera, tell jokes than, risk my manhood falling flat for Brandon Buckingham, if I lose the fight.
Pussy. Brandon would accept this decision, leaving a nice long message showing his gratitude. Sneako replied, insinuating that Brandon was some sort of cringe superfan.
Sneako ends up messaging me saying something like, actually, he doesn't really want to box, so I reply, and I quote, I got you. I hope it didn't rub you the wrong way or anything. I just thought you'd be a legitimate good opponent that I'd respect. Much love, Sneako. He responded to me saying that by saying, why you on my dick? Those are both direct quotes. I can't give you the screenshot because Big Bad Sneako blocked me on Instagram, but I had written down the quotes in text messages that I send to my friends, so I can guarantee you those are the exact quotes.
Now clearly, Sneako was just joking around there, and it was stupid for Brandon to immediately issue an angry response, though Brandon's Instagram stories following this were pretty funny. He claims that him and his mates are gonna run a train on Sneako's girl, the same one who fucks other men while Sneako watches. The two would have a private phone call after this, where Brandon claims Sneako cried to him about this mean joke.
I thought it was beef, and then now I'm looking into this little kid's eyes as he's like crying and making a fucking whimpering mess of himself. I would never say shit like that to a normal person because I know it would hurt them and make them really sad. I knew it would hurt Sneako, but I wanted to make him angry. He was an alpha male. Let's go. Let's fucking lock horns. I didn't think he was going to respond by bawling his eyes out.
Wham wham, a big cuck baby. Brandon's gonna fuck my girlfriend while I watch. These are comments that clearly got to him, as during his response stream, he'd pace around, exit his room, and open his window in order to alleviate stress.
The most hate comes from oh my god, man.
Despite this, Sneako tries to be a bit forgiving towards Brandon, even saying verbally that the train comment wasn't a big deal, and knows that he was joking.
And then she said, shit is mad serious. Sneako's girl is on dick. Dude has a fragile ego who loves getting cucked. He's a fake tough, and she just called me. And he loves to get cucked. He's a fake tough guy who I would sleep, and he knows it. Dorky ass Sneako, I'ma slide to New York and give her what she wants. Now he's saying, my fan is saying he's gonna fuck my girlfriend. And he put it on his Instagram story. That's fine. Chat, you can troll me all you want, man. I'm telling you, it doesn't affect me anymore, really. But, my fan is saying he's gonna fuck my girlfriend on his Instagram story. Some guy I've met. And not even just a fan, not even just a troll. They've met. We had dinner together. Someone donated $3 and said, trying to run a train on your girl and you want to be friends? They're not trying to run a train on my girl. They're saying that because they felt disrespected and they tried to say the most disrespectful thing to me. They couldn't fuck my girl. My girlfriend would look at them and laugh. She doesn't respect them.
Sneako's still hurt by the joke, but is willing to forgive him. He doesn't want to plummet into the pitfalls of cancel culture, a concept he normally speaks out against during his streams.
But I'm tired of the bullshit communication in social media. I'm tired of the beef of people not being able to talk to each other eye to eye, exposed videos, tweets, cancel culture. Cancel culture has this is kind of the result of cancel culture. Fuck you, you suck. You're a fraud. At the end of the day, we're just people talking to cameras. I'm just a guy talking to cameras, chat. We're the same. We're the same.
He then FaceTimes Brandon on stream, where they seemingly squash all hostilities.
Bro, I mean, I'm upset. What you said was hurtful. And I trusted you. I brought you around my girl. And you said some of the, you went online saying that. You don't do that. You don't do that, bro.
That's fact. I understand.
But, I understand too, so.
But you see, Brandon made one fatal error. He didn't fucking say sorry, that goddamn bastard. Brandon's refusal to directly apologize festered some feelings of rage inside Sneako, motivating him to further escalate the beef a month later in July 2022. Sneako brought on their mutual friend, Steezy Kane, trying to convince him that Brandon Buckingham is a terrible person.
Yo, you know who's an L-mans? Brandon Buckingham.
Oh, yeah.
That guy sucks. Bro, he threatened to R-word my girlfriend. He said me to pull up to New York and run a train on my girl.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? What the fuck? Because I said, why you on my dick? A joke? He literally threatened to R-word my girlfriend. Seriously. And I thought I still gave him the benefit of the doubt, and then I called him like, yo, can you take that down? You put like my government name up. Like this is like, you know, and he's like, oh, I thought you were. So he legitimately was threatening to do that. Bro, literally said, I'm gonna R-word your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Literally said that.
I mean, he definitely.
That's like, if you don't like cut someone off after that, I don't know what else. That's fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely went too far.
Saying you're gonna R-word my girlfriend?
You said that?
Yes. Yes.
That's a little crazy, yeah.
Literally, word for word, I'm going to R-word your girlfriend on his fucking public Instagram story.
So I guess Sneako is way too much of a pussy to say the dreaded R word, but he's outright saying that Brandon threatened to rape Maria. A very hyperbolic claim that he clearly only made to force Steezy into dropping Brandon as a friend. Steezy wasn't willing to do so on stream, so Sneako spent the next 30 minutes trying to convince him. Please stop being friends with Brandon. He wanted to go gorilla mode on my GF. Flinging around rape accusations is obviously frowned upon by most corners of the internet, including Sneako himself, as on numerous occasions he shit on leftists for doing the exact same thing.
They walked up and accused us of sexual assault. We have the whole thing on camera. We didn't do anything.
Okay. I don't know much. I'm just trying to look into it.
Imagine if they didn't have it on camera, chat. Imagine if they were just goofing around, just having fun, and they didn't have that evidence. What the fuck? Good chance, I would say like 43% chance they spend the night in jail.
Nowhere did Brandon imply he would rape Sneako's girl, as clearly it's a joke spun off from the Cuck story. Brandon would end up making a video on this, where he explains how flirtatious she was when they met.
So it seemed like his girl has some experience in the train department. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And when I was out at dinner with Sneako and his girlfriend in New York, she was flirting with everyone very hard, making it entirely apparent she was fair game and was seemingly down to hook up, but none of us reciprocated this behavior. We didn't flirt back, we didn't give her any vibes, and Sneako himself claimed that that night they ended up going home with two random girls they met at that very restaurant. So clearly they were on the prowl for some action. It weirded me out, I didn't like it, but to each their own, I don't judge. Well, maybe I judge Sneako a little bit because he's just a complete scumbag, but that's beside the point.
Now Sneako could disprove this by bringing Maria on to tell her side of the story, but something's telling me that she'd agree with Brandon. How surprising that a whore is gonna act like a whore. Brandon would end up suing Sneako for defamation, though the case got settled before it can go to court. Let's be real here, Sneako would have lost. Though for the next year, Sneako used it as an excuse as to why he wouldn't talk about Brandon publicly, even after KSI called him out after ducking the potential fight. Many would still push for the idea of a Sneako versus Brandon card, especially after Brandon won his fight with Ice Poseidon in November 2022.
How do you think you'd do against Sneako in MMA?
I would absolutely fucking ravage him. I would destroy him, and I wouldn't stop when the ref pulled me off. I would choke him and until he gets brain damage. Just kidding.
Sneako will never accept the offer. He's too busy watching other men do the pounding. This renewal and interest led to a short-lived beef with KSI, which he won with this meme alone. I was actually hoping to see him go more in detail on the situation while watching Turkey Tom's Sneako video, but like the coward he is, he decided to skip any mention of him.
The aforementioned Brandon Buckingham would even get involved, tweeting, "The fact that Sneako, after knowingly falsely accusing me of ironic green so-called hardly speaks the truth, you've become an absolute f***ing idiot."
Brandon wasn't the only enemy of Sneako, as he'd soon grow a roster of haters that he would put up on screen during his broadcasts. It's his collage of soy boys, which basically includes anyone who makes a video shitting on him. He got Hassan Piker, Nickisnotgreen, Ryan Beard, Jay Aubrey, Noah Samsen, fellow Cuck Hunter Avalone, a fat Jew, and fucking Jake Doolittle of all people. How are these your ops, dude? This is your sworn list of enemies? As if there's any honor in having half these dudes be your adversaries. Jake Doolittle is easy to deal with, Sneako. You just gotta poke his knees a little bit, and he'll crumble apart like a house of playing cards.
I've had like 15 surgeries. I've had 9 knee surgeries, so this is like, my knees kind of just fall apart every 3 years.
Sneako had a bit of back and forth between him and Jake, which amounted to the YouTube equivalent of 2 homeless guys fighting over a moldy sandwich. Jake just gives the most surface level criticism of Sneako, and did this really unfunny stand-up parody. Easily the worst example of anti-comedy that I've seen from these BreadTubers, enough to make me root for Sneako in this drama. That's how shitty of a YouTuber Jake Doolittle is. Speaking of BreadTube, if you don't know, it's a loose collective of leftist YouTubers, who typically cover pop culture and internet topics from a more political lens. A majority of the creators on the Soy Boy collage fit the description, though Ryan Beard, another BreadTuber, actually managed to do a good job at roasting Sneako. He dismantles his points, he calls him out for being a closeted homosexual, and he mocks him for being a cuck. Based Ryan Beard. Though Sneako never bothered to watch his video, instead whining about how Ryan would never debate him.
This is why, like, 57 minutes of this, bro. Look, and I'm not scared. I already talked in a live stream. Okay, just look at this. Look at the side. Ad hominem, appeal to nature, identity fallacy, poison. Bro, wow. I'm telling you, these commentary channels are obsessed, and it just gives me more energy. This is why you don't like. Look at you, bro.
Ryan didn't feel like debating Sneako, as they had already clashed during a Discord call 2 months prior. Throughout, he yells like a maniac and fails multiple times to humiliate Ryan.
Just because someone is leading someone else doesn't mean the person they're leading is inherently inferior.
Respectfully, do you get any pussy? I don't know who the fuck you are, but like, respectfully.
Yeah, I mean, from my girlfriend that I've been dating for 5 years, and I know you're gonna say, "Oh, my girlfriend, oh,
my girlfriend
like,
for 5 years." So maybe don't talk about pussy.
Yeah,
if you don't
Wait,
get pussy.
hold on. If we're gonna go with this, wait. If we're gonna go with this route,
I get pussy every day.
Wait,
from
hold
my
on. If we're going this route, Sneako, do you have a girlfriend?
Yeah, a couple.
Okay, so who do you think is like happier, the guy who's streaming about how women are inferior, or the guy who's in a long-term relationship?
I'm pretty damn happy, bro. We were living the goddamn
Well, so
life
how
today.
come you're screaming so
I'm
much
in
about how
Puerto
women
Rico
Okay.
Because I want to wake people up like you, bro. Like my life. You want to talk about? Let me answer the question before you like interrupt.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Sorry.
You want to debunk my stuff, and like I know, and I can see that like these people all believe in the same things, and it's frustrating, and I gotta make comedy out of it. I've actually never been happier, and the more you gotta keep making that argument, are you as happy with you toxic misogynist?
Sneako is coping. Nobody that's actually happy in their love life talks like this. But despite that, he keeps yapping, continuing to talk over Ryan and Papa Gut, leading to the latter muting him on multiple occasions.
Stop talking about women, Papa Gut, because you don't know what.
Okay.
Maybe if you pay for it.
So we're gonna mute Sneako only because he took his headset off, so he wants to just yell without like a retort. So we're not gonna listen to what he's saying.
Why do you think it's?
So what were you saying, Sneako?
Why do you think pussy from 10 different people is better than pussy from one person that you really love? Like, why is that better?
Because then you get comfortable. Respectfully, bro, like you're out of shape and stuff like that, and I don't want to be like that. I want to be a high status person. I want to constantly work. And respectfully, both of you who are talking about this are overweight. So it's like I don't want to look like that. I want to be I want to be as high value as I can be.
You're fat, El Bozo. That's like half of Sneako's arguments against these two. It's pathetic because he struggles to articulate any actual point during this entire debate. And it doesn't work regardless because Ryan and Papa Gut are aware that they're both fat, and are willing to make fun of themselves for it. I think it's pretty reasonable for Ryan to not want to talk to Sneako again after this, as watching this cuckold debate is as exhausting to watch as a Jake Doolittle video. And it's also hypocritical for Sneako to call Ryan a coward for this, as he fled a debate with Turkey Tom, which is why his stint on the Soy Boy collage was short-lived. Sneako would also beef with Hassan Piker's lackey, Noah Samsen. In August 2022, Noah released a video dunking on a Manosphere Street Interview channel, with Sneako himself being brought up in the video. He immediately watched it on stream, and while he did rightfully call out Noah's fake nice guy shtick and his sponsorship of BetterHelp, he spends much of this reaction yelling and being an obnoxious loser.
Does anybody need therapy?
Bots! I fucking knew it, bro! Chat, they all say the same shit! I think someone needs therapy. Bro, eat a fucking Frank.
They sound identical, bro. No, chat, don't say everybody report it. Leave it alone, bro. Let him live in their nonsense. It is what it is, man.
Noah would respond back with a 50-minute long video, which Sneako would react to alongside Destiny. Destiny was a bit more neutral here, as he was constantly debating Sneako regarding the red pill, though hates Noah for being an unlikable prick who makes boring videos. It's like a trifecta of awfulness, with all three of these guys spiritually beefing over who looks more like a sex offender. Sneako doesn't really make any good points against Noah, and instead constantly asks Daddy Destiny for help.
Destiny, why are you laughing? Because
I just think it's funny. These people are, they're fun times.
These people are what?
There's a reason why I stopped watching like all the BreadTube, LeftTube shit.
Destiny, any points? Your stream is probably getting mad at me right now.
No, you're good.
Okay.
I hate this guy, so there's not much for me to say.
All right. Why do you hate him? These are your people.
You kind
of look the same too.
Yeah, good one.
Yet despite this, Sneako was constantly digging at Noah for not wanting to debate him.
Noah Samsen, stop being a fucking pussy. Just talk on Discord. Oh my god. He's 100% watching this right now.
Yeah, you think so?
Yes. And Sam, he follows me.
It's clear to Destiny why he wouldn't, as only half a year prior, he lost a debate to the horse-fucking pedophile, Vosh. What? Though in this circumstance, it's pretty reasonable for him to not want to join the call, as Sneako would have likely just talked over Noah and acted like an annoying nuisance. Another BreadTuber Sneako began lambasting around this time was Chad, who had made a video criticizing a red pill dating coach. During his reaction, Sneako began making some sexually charged comments towards her, attempting to mock her for being a femcel.
You know what's so funny about the internet? It hides the fact, and like this feminist garbage hides the fact that she's attracted to that guy making the videos. It is what it is. Girls, you could vouch for it. You know it's true. She would. She would. And you know this is true, what's so predictable? You could tell by the way she's talking that she hasn't been properly in a long time. It's been a while. So she's on the internet making this garbage video, promoting all this feminist garbage to your fucking lonely girls in the comment section. What you really need, Chad, is some yeah, shut up with your feminism. Yeah, come here. That's what you need. And she's gonna go, that's what you need. You need some sense fuck back into you. And you know what they're gonna do right after I did that? They're gonna clip that part and say I'm an incel problematic, but you know it's true. You can hear it in her voice. She hasn't been properly in too long, and now you make no sense. That's what happens, man. That's what happens, yo. Someone vouch for me.
At first, nobody really talked about this clip. It took another 2 months for fellow BreadTuber Nickisnotgreen to stumble across it, dedicating an entire video to it. Nick describes Sneako's statements as a rape threat of some kind, using it to argue that Sneako broke YouTube's terms of service.
Sneako is harassing a female content creator, telling her that the reason why she's so upset is because she hasn't had sex in a while, and then he proceeds to aggressively simulate a sexual assault on Chad in his live stream in front of thousands of people. And like I said, there are creators who I disagree with, and then there are people like Sneako who actively threaten other creators on YouTube, spread hate speech, and overall make YouTube a less enjoyable and more dangerous place for everybody who's on it. Not to mention that this clip alone obviously violates YouTube's community guidelines around harassment. YouTube has banned creators even recently for much less, and I think that this is an obvious instance of a creator who is now causing more harm by existing on this site.
Now I'm gonna give some hot takes here, so before you raise your pitchforks, why don't you listen to what I have to say? I don't think Sneako was simulating a sexual assault on Chad. After doing extensive research on this clip and watching the original stream, it's clear that he's making a crude joke about how she hasn't had sex in a while, and would have a completely different attitude about men if she did. Now whether you agree with that or not, it's clearly a joke pointing out the hypocrisy of those who overuse the term incel. Here's Sneako's explanation from his response stream to Nick.
When I'm fucking a bitch, yeah, come here, consensually, obviously. I wasn't saying I wanted to do it with Chad. I don't give a fuck about that hoe. That queen. Fuck, I need to reword it. I don't care about her. I don't want to touch her. I don't want you near me. I'm saying she needs that. She needs somebody to be like, yeah, shut up. Shut up. That's how she properly needs to be fucked. So not only one thing, the fact that that fucking Susan's pet thinks that that's assault proves 2 things. 1, you don't know how to fuck a bitch. You don't. These people can make videos calling men incels all goddamn day.
incel, 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 incel. Involuntary celibate saying, you don't get bitches, you don't get pussy, ha ha, you need to have sex, incel, incel. Her whole channel is called Chad, making fun of white men. And you know why she didn't make a response to me? Because I'm not a white man. You've been calling men incels all day long. Let me flip it on you, bitch. Femcel, you need to get fucked. When you say incel to me, when you say incel to men, you're saying you need to fuck. But you cannot say the reverse, because then it's assault. Don't you see the hypocrisy?
Now, it is completely reasonable for Chad to be disturbed by the original comment, as he's making vulgar comments about her sex life. But it's exaggeratory to claim he was threatening sexual assaults against her. You know who does claim stuff like that? Sneako himself.
Saying you're gonna R-word my girlfriend?
You said that?
Yes! Yes!
That's a little crazy, yeah.
Literally, word for word, I'm going to R-word your girlfriend on his fucking public Instagram story.
I don't think Nick really seems to care about that, as he used the situation to claim that Sneako should be deplatformed, even giving step-by-step instructions on how to mass report him.
And this isn't even about free speech. This is about taking action when a content creator spreads messaging like this, and I think YouTube would agree that someone like this definitely does not belong on their platform. If you watch this video and you also believe that Sneako should be banned from YouTube, you can go to his channel pages, click About, and then click the flag icon on the right side of the page and report the user.
Notice how Nick is telling people to mass report both his channels, not just the one where he made the comment. Now, I would consider this a misuse of YouTube's reporting system, as laid out in the TOS. So if Sneako should be banned, shouldn't Nick be banned as well? And it seems that Sneako never broke the TOS in the situation, as neither his stream or any of the channels went down around this time. He only got banned a month later on October 3rd, as he had 2 prior strikes related to misinformation, something completely separate from this incident.
What were the strikes for?
COVID misinformation, election misinformation, and cyberbullying.
And these were on streams or were these YouTube videos?
Streams, all streams. Oh, well, stream clips.
Okay.
So yeah, I would post those on another channel, but then they got all my channels.
Damn.
I saw you speculating it with you seen the other day. You drove me over here.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of people are pretty uncertain about it, but I think it was a bigger decision because the cyberbullying one came when I was in Bucharest. I feel like they saw me shaking hands with Andrew Tate, and they wanted to just, you know.
Right.
Despite how much I hate Sneako, I don't think he should have been banned from YouTube. I'm one of those guys who thinks YouTubers shouldn't be banned besides extreme circumstances, like if they're scamming fans or using their platform to exploit minors. All this ban did was justify Sneako's persecution complex, as he was forced to move to more fringe platforms like Rumble, a site that normalizes right-wing extremism, trapping fans deeper into his echo chamber. Remaining on YouTube would allow his viewers to discover different perspectives, and may even see videos challenging Sneako's rhetoric. From this point forward, Sneako became far more radical, even collabing with the likes of Kanye West and Nick Fuentes. Easily the most notorious enemy in Sneako's roster is Moist Critical, someone who he's had static with since 2020, though their beef only truly started in November 2022, as Sneako was upset by a video Charlie made dunking on Fresh from Fresh and Fit. Walter Weeks, and yes, that's his name, tells an outlandish story of being invited to fuck a bunch of hot girls, due to his connection with an unnamed NBA player. Charlie doubts this and spends the video making harmless jokes at his expense.
What an incredible story. I can't wait for the sequel. Fresh and Fit in the Goblet of Fucking. I don't even understand the title of this video anymore. It's Pull Girls Easily, but doesn't seem like there was anything easy about this. He met someone that claimed to be an NBA player that invited him to a mansion and then assigned 3 women to fuck him. Like, that's not exactly a lesson that can translate to most people. Of course, it's all made up and shit, but the takeaway here is basically nothing. It's a fucking nothing burger. It's this guy trying to make himself look cool and embarrassing himself.
Sneako was really upset that Charlie was making fun of his new friend, so he went on stream and started hurling ineffective insults. Mainly jabs at Charlie being a gamer, who probably doesn't go outside very much. Though what led to Charlie responding back was a moment where Sneako brings up his then girlfriend, Tiana.
Someone just texted me. I'm not gonna say names. Someone texted me. He's in a monogamous relationship. This is his girl. So there you go. I mean, I told you, like, I could hear it in your voice. The fact that someone doesn't have to abide by those rules. Someone could go and fuck a lot of bitches. that it's so foreign to a lot of people's ideas, because when you get brainwashed, when you get told that monogamy is the answer and you need to go and be married and just settle down with some girl, when you hear other people talking about stories like this, you're like, there's no way it's true, you're a virgin.
Sneako did this as he believed Charlie was mocking polyamory as a whole, which is clearly just his insecurities showing.
What does this have to do with anything? What does bringing up a picture of me and my girlfriend have anything to do with anything that has happened? And where is monogamy even coming from? You're fighting an invisible enemy right now. You're fighting ghosts that aren't real. Like, none of this had anything to do with the video itself of me joking about a stupid fucking story that this guy told. Like, it's so weird, and he's been mad ever since, as I understand it. I, of course, don't really watch him, but I keep getting updates on Sneako not being happy, wiggling his finger saying, I don't really like this Charlie guy anymore for this.
It's just super fucking weird and petty for Sneako to even bring up Tiana. I mean, she has nothing to do with any of this. It's also behavior that Sneako himself reprimanded Brandon Buckingham for.
Everybody go tell Sneako he's a pseudo alpha male coward. Dude claims to train boxing all the time like he's tough, has an incredibly massive ego, and his girl gets ran through every night by mad dudes. What the fuck does my girlfriend have to do with that? It has nothing to do, but people's ego and respect, like the male ego is so fragile now. It's so fragile where one simple gay joke, all I said was, why you on my dick? And he's talking about my girlfriend, like he knows I'm not a cuck.
Though there's a difference here, as he's made his relationship with Maria incredibly public, even using it to promote his degenerate lifestyle. Charlie then mocks Sneako for his takes regarding the movie Cuties, and makes a point regarding his reluctant cuckoldry. A month later, Sneako further ignited their feud when he shit-talked Charlie's recent video on Andrew Tate's arrest. By this time, he was tired of responding to Charlie's videos and wanted to either debate him in person or even fight him in the boxing ring.
You know what would be very entertaining? Me and you in the boxing ring in 6 rounds or 12 rounds. Let's do it. You want to entertain me? You want a game all day? This is a real life game. Let's see who wins, man. We can play Super Smash Bros. Or we can get in the boxing ring. What do you want to do? Look at my Rumble chat right now.
Sneako's fans then began to brigade Charlie's chat, to which he called them all cucks and threw some insults their way.
Oh, Sneako must be streaming on Rumble right now. What's going on, cucks? You guys watching Cuties over there? A little watch party? Sneako got a strike on Rumble? No, I doubt that. What do? Bring his girlfriend on to get fucked by another man on Rumble or something? How did he get a strike? I wouldn't call Sneako a pedophile. He is a child porn enjoyer. He's a big Cuties fan. That doesn't constitute him being like an offending pedophile. He just enjoys little girls shaking their ass. Ask him about it, he'll tell you. The fine art of it, or some shit. The deeper message.
In response to Sneako's fight offer, Charlie declines, as they have way too big of a height difference. Sneako is 6'2", and Charlie is a literal dwarf from Middle Earth.
I'm standing at a beautiful 5'6". Like, going through doorways is oftentimes burdensome. It's just massive shoulders popping through.
But you're only 5'6"?
Did you say only?
This to me is a pretty good reason to not fight Sneako, as the difference in size would make the fight comparable to Chris Raygun's beatdown at Crater Clash 2.
As William comes forward, right hand again. He's catching him on the chin. This is bad news. Referee taking a look. That's it. That's over.
Charlie insists that Sneako should stop ducking Brandon's offer, a match that makes way more sense, as the dude is 6'3". But Sneako wouldn't accept the offer, as Brandon would whip his ass.
Sneako would beat your ass? Maybe. How about this? If he fights Brandon, then I'll consider it. Brandon's my champion. Tell him to stop ducking Brandon and I'll take him seriously. Tell him to pause Cuties real quick.
It's just I'd rather sit at home and yell at a camera, tell jokes than, risk my manhood falling flat for Brandon Buckingham, if I lose the fight.
Charlie did try to check out Sneako's stream, but he couldn't pull it up due to him being banned on Twitch, and the fact that his chat kept spamming some very naughty words.
I'll check out his stream myself. I can't put it on Twitch because he's banned, but I'll see. I bet he's getting real animated and real loud right now. But he looks homeless, and he doesn't go outside, and he won't fight me. If he fights Brandon, I'll seriously consider it, man. Stop ducking Brandon.
Since they couldn't chat on stream, Charlie jokingly insisted that Sneako watches Twitch clips instead, which really enraged the bastard. He started dancing around his room like a little fairy, waving around a gun, as it's the only real way for him to seem intimidating. It instead comes across as pathetic. Having to pull out a gun in response to mean internet comments is pussy behavior. He's clearly doing it to threaten Charlie, insisting they hash it out IRL.
Hey, Moist Critical. You want to watch my clips? Watch my clips. Watch my clips. You want me to watch your clips? Watch my clips. These are the only clips I'm watching. You were? I ain't watching none of your clips. Watch my clips.
Charlie would ignore this until multiple months later, as a pathetic tweet from Sneako really pissed him off. It insisted that Charlie was part of his mass cancellation, so he quote tweeted, "Holy shit, you pathetic, sensitive, soy little worm. I made fun of you for watching your girlfriend get fucked by numerous other men, and also insulted you for defending child porn. That's not cancellation, that's just spitting on you for being a pitiful, sad cuck." He then made a response video, pointing out his loser behavior and correcting his use of the word clips.
And I'm sorry to be that guy, this is like the grammar police of guns, but he's a fucking imbecile, you absolute buffoon. What you have there is not clips. These are mags. They're mags, not clips, you absolute fucking dummy. The same way that this is also a mag. They're all mags. Stop saying clips, you look fucking stupid here.
Obviously, this became a pretty viral moment, with many other creators soy-facing about how base and epic this was. You had Meat Canyon portraying Charlie as some eldritch horror, which is probably not far off from how Sneako views him. I mean, the guy is all bark and no bite. He's like the human equivalent of a chihuahua. During his debate with Charlie 2 weeks later, he acts all passive and calm, not raising his voice at all despite his prior statements. A majority of it regards the movie Cuties, though by the end, all hostilities have ceased. During his response video, Sneako insists he doesn't want to attack people anymore, choosing to instead be a force for good.
I don't want to attack people anymore. I would love to debate them and challenge their ideas, but they would rather make documentaries deep diving into my past, and my only existence on a platform that I'm banned on and grew up on is only hatred. You look up Sneako, there's no more of my videos, it's just people saying that my life is over, insisting that I'm a bad person. So the only option now is to be a force for good.
But this is nothing but showboating, as Sneako would continue going on the attack. Just like many of the leftists he criticized, he began putting himself up on a pedestal as a morally good person. Though instead of using progressivism, Sneako would use his religious values in order to mount up his high horse. In April 2023, Sneako would fully convert to Islam, which caused a bit of friction in his community, though others were quick to support him, as many in his audience are conservative Muslims.
But yeah, I had this debate with Sheikh Usman last summer, and he basically he had a really good argument debunking the Trinity. I was like, whoa. And then I was seeing all these videos and everything about, I always had a huge Muslim audience for some reason for years. Why are you guys all here? And they're like, oh, we just like your videos. It was like, I did this meetup in London 2-3 years ago. Half the people there that showed up were Muslim, and I was an atheist, yeah. I was even drinking at the meetup.
Around this time, he also tried assimilating deeper into the streamer community, including a stronger friendship with Aiden Ross. There was also Neon, a controversial streamer in his own right who Sneako sought to mentor. Though instead of teaching him in the ways of the Red Pill, he focused his teachings on his new Islamic beliefs. The only real difference is that he can now use his faith as better justification to teach his rhetoric to the youth, calling it love speech.
Is Sneako going to heaven or hell? Is Sneako going to heaven or hell? Jake, let me know, bro.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about, Jake. I love you, man. You're a good guy, man. Like, you're like a really good guy.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm taking my shirt off.
My chat's saying that you made Autumn Falls #1 on Pornhub. Jake, do you think that porn is good or bad?
I swear to God, I did.
Is porn good or bad?
Yeah. Bad.
100%.
Jake, have you ever beat your dick to Autumn Falls or no?
What the?
No.
Good.
What would come out of your mind to say something like that?
Somehow this dude is the smartest person in the call right now. Sneako and Neon would collab on multiple streams, even going to this party together to flirt with random girls. There's this one stream I stumbled upon where the two girls in question turned out to be lesbians.
What's your name?
Nice to meet you.
I'm live right now. You want to say anything?
Yeah, it's Van Motion. I like your outfit.
Are you excited to be here or no? You're a lesbian? You're
Wait, you guys are lesbians? Sometimes. Okay, those are my favorite times.
This probably happens to Sneako a lot. Despite the rebrand, Sneako was still getting into massive conflicts with other creators, including one that mirrors his beef of Moist Critical. In January 2024, while reviewing memes on Discord, Sneako reacted to a clip of Mike Musamichi, a Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighter who had just won a fight.
Like, how is there a combat sport where these people, like, they look like the Solar Boy collage? How are they winning combat sport competitions? What the Cap? Jiu-Jitsu, I swear, this is why I like striking. This is a competition where you just, it's an art, and it's an art form, but I learned from the master.
Gina deserves
He looks like Mark Zuckerberg. He shouldn't be winning.
so much credit. I did his move on him. So that's like a master to student. He's an idol of mine for being
It's like a master to the student. This is a leg heel lock.
4 years old and still competing and challenging himself. That's a champion. Position I hit is called an Aoki lock. It's
An Aoki?
He's saying he would make me tap. He probably would. He probably would.
Now clearly, Sneako was just joking around, and he was well aware that this guy could kick his ass. But what pissed Mikey off was the disrespect being thrown towards his fighting style, seeing Sneako as an obnoxious asshole like everybody else. So he challenged the wannabe boxer to an MMA fight.
So today I'm going to talk about bullies. Bullies are weak people that make fun of others around them to give themselves relevance and to make themselves feel good. They pick on the differences of humans, which is the most beautiful part of humans, their uniqueness. I really don't like bullies, guys. And there's this guy named Sneako making fun of me, making fun of my friend, making fun of jiu-jitsu. He calls himself a boxer. I'm a jiu-jitsu guy. Let's have an MMA fight. I challenge Sneako to an MMA fight. I'm going to shut his mouth, and I'm going to take the bully's lunch money.
Sneako was shook by his response, choosing to compare the guy to a school shooter.
Bro, that's autistic rage right there. Like, bro, that's the look at when you see a school shooter is like, should I spare you? I think not. This is what you see right before, like, the kid that was doing the anime run through the lockers when he gets picked on like a fucking one day too many. He gonna look at you with that AR. Fuck, man.
During his future responses, his tone shifted completely, acting all nonchalant and carefree, reiterating over and over again that he was just joking and meant no disrespect towards Mikey. Either the regret is genuine, or he's actually scared that the kid could kill him.
Oh my god, look at some of this. Okay, Mikey's jiu-jitsu gold medals from 2016 in the AJP Grand Slam World Tour, 2017 Abu Dhabi AJP, 2017 European Championships, 2020 European Championships. You might as well just fast forward the video, Leo, because I'm going to name a lot more here.
2017 World Championships, 2018 World Championships, 2019 World Championships, and 2021 Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu World Championships.
All clad in gold for Mikey Musumeci. I think Mikey is now also currently sitting as the one championship flyweight submission grappling world champion. So, in other words, he's the best in the world at his weight class, which, by the way, is around 135 to 140 pounds, depending on where he decides he wants to grapple.
I completely understand Sneako not wanting to fight the guy. I mean, he's nearly ripped people's legs off before. Think about what he could do to Sneako's little twig limbs. He could snap them like chicken bones. Yet nobody had any sympathy for Sneako because he got himself into this scenario. Mikey wanted to deadass fight Sneako, even insinuating he wanted to kill Sneako in the ring.
I cannot explain to you my hatred of bullies. It truly makes me feel murderous. I didn't even read this until now. What did I do? Tell me what I did, dude. Who are you?
Love Speech donated $5. Bro never got over the wedgie Sneako gave him in the third grade.
I didn't even give him a wedgie. I didn't give him a wedgie. I didn't give him a swirly. Okay, chat. Is what I said worthy of making somebody feel murderous?
I think just listening to you in general will lead people to murder. You sound like Aquafina on bath salts. Jokes aside, Mikey was clearly being exaggeratory in order to catch Sneako's attention, though Sneako sought to de-escalate things out of fear. He DM'd Mikey, though the guy ignored him and put out another Instagram video calling Sneako a coward.
Alright, so obviously Sneako doesn't want to fight me, adding in all these stupid stipulations he knows will never happen. Typical bully. They talk and they talk, beyond the safety of their screen, or even in the bathroom, recklessly, and they never face consequences. There's so many people out there like him. My goal here was to stand up to a bully. Kids, get yourself into Muay Thai or Jiu-Jitsu so you can learn self-defense and you don't have to deal with idiots like Sneako.
In order to minimize further harm to his ego, Sneako made a bizarre stipulation that Mikey get Mark Zuckerberg to talk to him regarding Zionism. For context, Mikey had trained with the Zuckster and is partnered with his company Meta.
But it's really funny, like the reason that he declined it is because I said that I would need to talk to Mark Zuckerberg about Zionism. And he trains with Mark Zuckerberg, so he could just get it up. The reason he declined is because Mark Zuckerberg can't talk about Zionism.
Doesn't want that topic.
Got him in a trap. Like, it's nothing that serious. I don't want any money. As long as I just get to spread the word about what's happening in Israel, I'll do the fight. No, I'll do it for free, wallahi. But Mikey can't talk about it and Mark can't talk about it. There you go.
This obviously won't happen, which Sneako set up by design. Why the fuck would one of the richest people in the world want to talk geopolitics of a pussy cuckold? And if he did want to waste his time with that, why wouldn't he just talk to Elon Musk instead? I find this whole situation interesting, because it feels like the moist critical drama with the roles reversed. It starts with a content creator making jokes targeting someone's ego, leading to the offended party immediately challenging them to a fight. They keep turning down offers to talk things out, which only escalates the situation.
When I react to Discord clips, is that me signing up for a battle every time I make a reaction video? Is that what you guys think this is? Bro, this shit's blowing my mind.
Sneako had a response for it. Let's see.
Dude, did Charlie sign up to fight you by merely calling you a cuck? What the fuck are you talking about? He's constantly just showboating and pumping his chest, until someone more confident than him scares him back to reality. I'd bet real money that if Charlie did accept Sneako's fight offer, this guy would try to find an excuse to back out of it. Guys, my pussy is cramping up today. It really hurts.
Who is this cute little lesbian, and how tight is her pussy?
Nothing ever came from this beef with Mikey, though Sneako did instigate the closest he's been to an actual fight. In June 2024, Sneako was attending an America First event being run by Nick Fuentes. The venue they were speaking at tried to kick them out, leading to conflict between the attendees and security. Sneako took things too far by messing with the security guard's hat, leading to Sneako getting the Markiplier punch treatment.
Okay, what are you? What are you? What are you? What are you? Fuck you! 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 Fuck you!
Sneako hopefully learned an important lesson that night. Don't touch a black man's brim. The guy ended up punching half his tooth off, making him look like Dustin from Stranger Things. Sneako immediately tried to play victim, making it seem like he got falcon punched for no reason.
He was taunting, I got taunted back. Like, did it provoke a Superman punch? Absolutely not. But when it gets to that point where it's so persecuted, you have to go from venue to venue, shut down, shut down, shut down. We go here and they turn off the mic and they start playing degenerate Sexy Red music. Like, we're literally here to talk about the future of America. They start playing Sexy Red. I got pissed.
In his continued effort to spread the word of Allah, Sneako would debate both Destiny and the streamer XQC in April 2024. The conversation mainly stems from where each of them get their sense of morality from, with Sneako commonly citing the Quran. The topic of pedophilia comes up, with Destiny asking Sneako what the age of consent should be. However, according to Sneako, the Quran doesn't give a specific age, instead vaguely answering that it's at a developed age.
What do you think the age of consent should be, Sneako?
Yeah, this is not an important conversation.
No, it's a super. You don't think fucking kids are not as an important conversation? What do you think the age of consent should be? You want to be consistent. You don't think anything updates. Just tell us what you think it should be.
I think it should be past at a developed age, Destiny.
At a what is a developed age?
It's
if you would have said a law form, what would you said it? What would you said it about?
It's a developed age.
No, answer the question, you fucking pussy. Holy shit, you're such a cowardly fuck. Stand up for what you believe in. If you actually are fucking Muslim, you're actually Islamic or whatever, then stand up for your fucking beliefs. Every other Muslim scholar online will do this. Do it. Stand tall on it. Don't act like a little pussy in here trying to grill fucking XQC on fucking on modern meta ethics or whatever. If you won't even answer basic questions about your worldview, what should the age of consent be?
You see how?
You see how you want to answer the question? You see how he's gonna yap and not answer the question? I'm gonna ask the same thing when you're done. Go ahead.
I just answered the question. I just told you.
What was the age?
I just told you at a developed age.
Sneako doesn't have a good answer for this because the dude is citing a book where the protagonist marries a 6-year-old. When asked if his base of morality allows for relations of young children, Sneako gives a shady response.
So if a man fucked a 12-year-old and he was like, well, this person's like really developed, would that be okay then? You wouldn't call that person a pedophile?
No, that's wrong. Absolutely.
Why is that wrong?
I just said that you're not supposed to do relationships with people. But look.
Oh, you can't do relationships?
You can't do relationships with children. I said that like.
Wait, what is a child though? But what if they say they were developed?
developed is 18 plus, bro. Like, come on now.
Ooh, do you co-sign that, Sneako? Is that what develop means? 18 plus?
Well, people believe that, but throughout a lot of states, a lot of it's like 17, a lot of it's 16.
So you think 16, 17, that's the ethical age to start fucking
No,
or marrying
I don't
people?
follow, but see, I don't follow the legal morality that you guys are following.
Dude, Sneako is a type of guy to know the age of consent in each US state. You know he was super depressed when Japan raised the age of consent from 13 to 16. Jokes aside, he clearly does not think the age of consent should be 18, as if he did, he'd outright say so. He keeps going in circles on this topic, spending the next 10 minutes repeating these same vague talking points over and over again.
I'm asking for the Sharia morality. What's the religious one? What do you think is the morality there?
It says developed. It's not a specific age.
So if the pedophile, or if a guy wants to fuck a 12-year-old if he feels like they're developed, then you're saying it should be okay in terms of religion, right? In terms of at least ethics or morality, right?
No, in the Quran, it does not specify, it doesn't have an age. Like, you're going to go in circles about this forever?
I'm just curious why it's so hard to get you to give an age for when you think is an acceptable time to fuck somebody.
Okay, I answered the same question 4 times.
You haven't given it. Developed isn't an age. It's not a number.
Imagine losing a debate about consent with Destiny of all people. It's like losing a debate to Hitler on who loves Jews more. This stream reignited some suspicions that Sneako might be a Diddy blood, especially with the context of his Cuties defense. But things get worse from here, as he get into a similar drama a month later. Sneako was using the Omegle knockoff, Monkey, alongside self-proclaimed child lover John Zerka.
We like underage girls. You know what a pedophile is? That's us.
No, okay, all right. Tayana, you know, it's
well, he doesn't want to come out. He's not. He wants to come out of the closet. He's still
what's your Twitter?
Full-blown
Tayana, what's your
pedophile,
Twitter?
right? Chris Hansen slept his ass.
Say he's joking all you want, but only an hour later, the duo try flirting with 2 young teenagers.
Actually, we would make a great double date. I like you on the left, and I think Zerka likes the girl on the right.
They're both on the left. What up, girls? I want to kiss you guys.
How old are you?
Oh, I got that white bitch smiling. Let's go.
Stop. How old are you guys?
Underage. Well, you just
like how underage though? Like your birthday's next week type shit?
Like we can't go to Starbucks, white bitch?
And I will be turning 15 in a month.
Oh, that's too old. I don't fuck with old people.
Fuck.
And this somehow isn't the only occurrence of this. 2 months later, while Sneako was in Lebanon, he tried flirting with a 16-year-old. A very obvious 16-year-old.
Do you speak English?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think of him?
TikToker.
No, like, what do you think of him?
Oh.
Like, if you had to rate him, 1 out of 10.
7.
7?
7?
Yeah.
7.5?
7.8.
Okay, I'll take 8. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Teresa.
Teresa. 10.
Thank you.
Well, how old are you?
16.
Fuck. God damn it, bro.
And to avoid the embarrassment, Sneako tried blaming his friend for putting him in the situation, as if he didn't just try to rizz up a child.
Alright,
Bro, that's your fault, bro. Like, why would you...
I don't know, bro. I'm just making conversation. I'm trying to. I didn't know this guy was going to take us to the most random spots. I thought he was going to take us deep low.
Okay, let's leave the water park. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Around this time, Sneako was also defending Dr. Disrespect, who in June 2024 got exposed for talking inappropriately with a minor on the Twitch Whispers app. Beforehand, it was a mystery why he got banned from Twitch back in 2020, but this filled in the gaps. Now, it was fair for many to doubt these allegations at first, as the former Twitch staff member who was spreading them, Cody Connors, was using the attention to promote his concerts. But Dr. Disrespect gave some very sus responses, not denying the allegations, and instead insisting that no wrongdoing was acknowledged. He later confessed to messaging a minor inappropriately, though it's clear he's downplaying what he did. So I think it's safe to say that the doc is a predator, and should be condemned based on his own words. But Sneako chose a sweep for the guy. He claims this was all a smear campaign by leftists to ruin the career of a conservative streamer, doubling down on this time and time again.
Bro, I don't know anything about Dr. Disrespect. I don't know anything. I don't know. I've never watched his streams. I don't know. But when I see a guy who's right wing get canceled by the left mob for something that's kind of, I'm like, you know what? That's our guy. Free him!
Sneako arbitrarily decided the minor was 17 years old, arguing that the age gap is acceptable. But what's not acceptable to Sneako are female Twitch streamers with young male audiences. Not booby streamers, mind you, just regular Twitch girls who have simps in their audience.
They are turning people into simps. And simping is them, here's another 3,000 gifted, ding, ding, jerking off all day. Most of them are teenagers. Most of them are underage. It doesn't even matter to them because Twitch is 13 plus. So they're okay if you're 13 years old edging to Pokemon all day. But if Dr. Disrespect texts a girl who's 17 years old, 11 months, 364 days, 59 minutes and 59 seconds, he's the worst person ever. Why? Someone tell me how that makes any sense. And as soon as that second goes away, she's a prostitute, everybody cheers. Like, why does that define the age of consent?
Sneako then says it's okay for the doc to flirt with this hypothetical 17-year-old, as in some states, the age of consent is 16.
Most states in America, I think over 30 states, age of consent is 16. But on Twitch, the age to sign up for the website is 13. But if you test a girl under 18, you get banned from everything. What if the girl was in one of the 16 states? How do you know? Did anyone ask those questions? They don't.
You would think someone like Sneako would be an expert on age of consent laws, since he's constantly bringing them up to justify pedophilia, but there are restrictions, mate. Do you think they just let you drive to Nevada and fuck a random 16-year-old? There's usually restrictions based on age gaps, and it's pretty unlikely that a state would allow this grown-ass man to fuck a girl half his age. Also, it's pretty agreed upon that the age of consent on the internet is 18, so regardless, he's wrong. Sneako's only other defense here is the claim that this all happened 8 years ago, so why is this even relevant?
Also, this happened when he was 34 and now he's 42, so this happened 8 years ago? 8 years? That bitch is expired by now. Bro, that same girl he was DMing is now, she's ran out of eggs. And now he's getting canceled for it?
Usually, this argument works if the allegation in question was of a much less serious nature, but we're talking about grooming here. I find this all funny because only 2 weeks later, he was shitting on the streamer Sketch for producing gay porn. He disregards arguments that this all happened years ago, even conflating that this happened while he was a known streamer, insinuating he was grooming minors in his audience.
So he gets a kid audience by being a fucking autistic retard, getting the iPad kids who are already retarded from the vaccines and from all the social media they look at all day long. And then, now they're exposed to every day they want to go, what's up, brother? And they see the guy that they look up to, what's up, brothering, right up that hole. And now he's a hero because he changed. Because he was an addict? What was he addicted to? Did anyone ask?
This guy made gay porn, and Sneako was going harder on him than he would a self-admitted groomer. It's clear he's pissed that streamers would rather defend this guy than the doc. Even moral fagging that these guys care more about this than the genocide in Gaza.
Jinxie and Sketch taking dick in that Israel bombing Palestine for 8 months straight. Gaza? Sketch. So dumb.
Also around this time, Sneako was going incredibly hard at Chris Tyson, which is justified. I did a whole documentary on the subject if you want to go watch that. But there's evidence of Chris grooming minors and gooning to animated child porn. However, it's clear he's super passionate about this because Chris is transgender.
Where's the consistency? When are you gonna go and disavow Chris and Mr. Beast? You have way more information. You actually have the receipts, and you haven't said a word yet. Immediately, Dr. Respect, ew, disgusting, worst person ever. Chris from Mr. Beast silent. And you know why? Because he's a transgender. Because you don't want to disavow the woke community. You don't want to go against your own people. It wasn't about Dr. Respect messaging a 17-year-old. It was about a white straight man that you disagree with.
He claims people weren't jumping to cover this because of Chris's gender identity, boldly exclaiming that people were picking sides.
These female Twitch streamers who dominate the Twitch platform, they were so quick to talk about Dr. Disrespect. When Dr. Disrespect, he didn't even get anything leaked. There's no receipts. Apparently he messaged a 17-year-old and immediately jumped to Twitter to call him the worst person ever. And when I saw that, I'm like, okay, straight white man who's talking about conservative values, they don't like him. That has nothing to do with the 17-year-old. They just don't like him and they want a reason to cancel him. That's why you see the same people who called out Dr. Disrespect are silent around Chris from Mr. Beast, even with mountains of evidence, because they don't want to lose opportunities.
Yet the reason people hadn't said anything yet is because they were waiting for Chris to respond. And the streamers he's citing here only condemned the dog when he basically admitted it. Sneako would use the situation to continue his beef with Moist Critical, calling him out for sweeping despite how new this drama was.
Yo, look out, Moist Critical is not gonna go talk about the Chris situation because he wants to have the Mr. Beast collab. Bro, you're gonna talk about every other trending situation, Dr. Disrespect, Sneako, anything that goes viral goes on your main channel. Chris, the associate of the biggest YouTube channel in the world, you do a 4-minute clip on your second channel. Stop coping and be a journalist if you're gonna be a journalist, or just say that you wanna have the collab. Stop lying. By the way, it's clips, not mags.
Fun fact, this was streamed only a day after he tried flirting with that 16-year-old. Moist Critical would respond to Sneako in his next video, mentioning his many hypocritical takes when it comes to pedophilia. He even shows a clip where Sneako seemingly defends child marriage.
Age of consent should be maturity. It's not even 18 in most states. Why do you even believe that? It's because in Hollywood, it's 18, so that gets pushed everywhere. Most places, 16. And if you question that, then they call you a pedo. I believe the age of consent is the age of maturity. It should be called the age of marriage. Age of consent implies that you're gonna have out of wedlock. I think it's better that people get married at 16, 17 than to have a bunch of premarital until they're 30 and they're washed up and then they get jaded and they're on birth control and they have dried up eggs. I think that's better for society.
This led to another debate between the two, where Charlie asked if Sneako would hook up with a 16-year-old by his own logic. He says he wouldn't, though his reasoning is that it would be out of wedlock, so it would be against his religious principles. So Charlie asked if it would be okay for Sneako to marry a 16-year-old.
Would you feel comfortable marrying a 16-year-old? Like, would you meet a 16-year-old with romantic intent if you're in Europe and maybe marry a 16-year-old? Nothing sexual.
I probably wouldn't personally, because I don't think that I'd be on the same mental playing field. I like to have intellectual conversations. I like to be with women that are around my same age, because then I can have conversations. I like to relate to them. You know, I think there'd be too much of a gap. But other people, like, if they're able to get along, then I don't see why that's so much of a problem.
Guys, I don't want to date a child, but if someone else my age wanted to, I don't have a problem with that. This is just Sneako acting like a debate bro. He really did learn a lot from talking to Destiny, argue for something crazy, and then gaslight people by saying it's for moral consistency. Sneako seems to think children getting married is okay, because he made up his own definition for what a child is. He thinks that as soon as a girl starts getting periods, she's both physically and mentally ready to get married.
The definition of child is somebody who has not reached puberty yet. That's the definition.
Yeah, and then you get into like the abibophile or whatever as opposed to pedophile, and those are all...
I don't know, I have no idea what those terms are. I don't know what that is.
The age of this, signaling adulthood, is presumed to be 14 in boys and 12 in girls. Tom, what is the age of consent?
Sneako clearly needs to watch more Vosh content to get up to date on all the relevant pedophilia arguments. He's getting his points from the ancient Greeks.
You're insinuating that it sounds creepy and that I sound like a pedophile. What's the definition of pedophile?
It is an adult who is attracted to children.
Yeah, it comes from the Greek word pedo means child and phile means love. So somebody who loves a child.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
An adult who is attracted to a child.
To a child, somebody who has not reached physical maturity.
Yes.
That's the definition of child. Somebody who hasn't reached physical maturity. It has nothing to do with 18. The definition of the word talks about physical maturity, not the US government definition that you're basing it off of.
Bro, just say you want to justify child diddling. I mean, here's him trying to justify a full-grown adult marrying a child.
I'm not talking about just you specifically anymore. Anyone. Do you think it's okay for anyone in their 20s, an adult, to marry a 15 or 16-year-old?
A 21-year-old, if there was a marriage where the father consented and the daughter consented, and it was both good on both families and they wanted to do it, why am I going to get involved? Why should we get the government involved?
Well,
why would I tell them if everybody's consenting, if everybody's okay with it, if the parents are okay with it, if nobody's being harmed, if it's going to be okay, if they're both abiding by the rules and they're not hurting each other, why not?
He then says that age of consent laws are the way they are because the Jews run Hollywood.
In California, you know that in Hollywood, that's where California, one of the rare places it's 18. Do you know that, right? So in movies, they say it's 18. The age of consent is 18. That gets pushed everywhere, right? Hollywood dominates the world. Do you know who controls Hollywood?
Oh, here we go. I already knew where this was going, but you're not.
No, it's a simple question. But this is why you believe that it's most people. Who controls Hollywood?
No, that's not why. It's because
people have accepted that.
People?
Everyone
What people?
in sensible society,
Where?
for the most part, have
Where?
accepted that
Where?
this is the line.
Can you tell me, do you know who controls Hollywood, who pushed this narrative?
I know where you're going with it. You're going to say it's all controlled by the Zionists, right?
Do you think that's wrong?
I do think it's wrong, yeah.
Why is that wrong?
Because I don't think there is a secret Zionist agenda that controls the entire world.
It's actually not secret at all. They boast about it.
Oh, sorry, Zionists. Big difference. As if anyone in Hollywood would actually fuck someone over the age of 18. Charlie is able to get Sneako to admit to some crazy shit, though this whole conversation derails because of an argument the former makes, one that sounds hypocritical. Charlie rightfully points out that children can't properly consent to being married, yet thinks they can consent to getting sex changes.
Okay, do you believe that somebody can go through hormone therapy? Can they change their gender if they're a child?
I think that's totally fine as long as everyone is consenting, as you agree with.
Okay, so as long as everyone...
If your parents are okay with it and you are okay with it, I think that's totally a familial decision to make, yeah.
Okay, so a child can cut their penis off and take hormone blockers and change their biology forever, but they can't get married?
Oh, that's a decision that now extends beyond the family, because now you're bringing in a different party. So if you have someone that's your age coming in saying, I want to marry that child, I don't think that can happen under any circumstance.
So,
no.
But it's still a personal decision. You're still deciding.
Because there's
take the other party out of the equation. It's a personal decision. If I'm 16 and I personally want to marry this girl, she's beautiful. She's 21 years old. Her family wants to do it. My family wants to do it. You're saying I can't do that. We're both consenting. I'm ready to go. I'm physically mature, but I'm not allowed to marry because Moy says that woman's a pedophile. But if then the next day I leave it, I'm depressed, I want to cut my penis off, I can go right into the clinic, snip it off, and start taking HRT like Chris Tyson. That's a society that makes sense to you?
It is. I believe everyone has I believe everyone has the right to do with their body what they want to do.
So why is it okay for a kid to cut his dick off?
He and his family, or he and she and that family, is making that decision for that child's life. If that's the path they want to go down, it's like choosing a fucking sport. You can do what you want to do.
You can do what you want to do?
Yeah, that is not harming anybody.
This got Charlie into a lot of heat, as he also did a poor job at arguing against Sneako throughout the entire debate. He basically lowered himself down to Sneako's level, though he seems to have done it out of sheer stupidity. In his response, he claims that he didn't know this was going to be a debate in the first place, saying that he doesn't actually think a 9-year-old should get their dick cut off. He assumed that Sneako was just being hyperbolic.
I thought he was talking in hyperbole. I thought he was just exaggerating, being over the top, talking about the entire subject of transitioning. I had no idea that any living, breathing human being actually thought that that's how transitioning works, where you just go into a doctor saying, I feel like switching genders, and they lay you down on the operating table and just snip your whole fucking meat off. I didn't know that that's what he actually believed. I didn't know he was speaking literally. I thought he was just referring to the entire process of transitioning and just using this over-the-top statement to encapsulate all of it. Because you literally cannot get that surgery unless you are 18.
Though going back on topic, objectively, Sneako lost this debate. He spent 2 hours dancing around Charlie's questions, and on multiple occasions said it was fine for children to get married.
I want to be in a society full of happy married people that are ready to have children, that are God-fearing.
And those happy married people are sometimes, in your world, 14, 15, 16 years old.
Absolutely.
So does Sneako want to fuck children? I don't know. I just wouldn't trust this guy near a child with all this evidence taken into account. Sneako's polarizing behavior over the past few years has sunken him deeper into the red pill rabbit hole, and now he's hanging out with some of the internet's most controversial figures. In 2022, he began aiding Kanye West on his controversial run for president. Oh, sorry, I meant to call him Ye. Don't want to dead name the guy. That would be transphobic. This was right around the time Ye began praising Hitler, which Sneako apparently didn't care about despite being part Jewish. The two would bond over being deplatformed, and the fact that both of them are cucks.
People call us cucks and I'm cuck. I'll get cucked and shit, just for like to switch it up. But
for the rush, you know.
Yeah, just like
rush.
Like be on the outside of the door and shit like that.
Are we streaming or no?
Yeah.
We're streaming?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I wish I knew.
Oh, we're live?
Mm-hmm.
Sneako has also befriended Nick Fuentes, a far-right streamer who many have compared to a neo-Nazi. The two of them began talking through Destiny streams, basically competing for who gets a blowjob from Steven. Nick would be outwardly racist during these discussions, which Sneako didn't give a fuck about despite his heritage.
I gotta say, chat, I don't agree with a lot of the stuff he says. I respect the honesty. I respect how honest he is with his opinions. I'm tired of white people dancing around it and picking like the low energy.
Nick is incredibly opposed to race mixing, though at first he disguises this as general disagreement.
And I was saying that I'm against race mixing. I think that people should marry their own kind. I want a white wife. That's a value that I have. My race matters to me. My identity matters to me. I want my kids to look like me. I want my grandkids to look like me. I think that's a positive value that I think other people should share as well. I don't judge people that are mixed race. I mean, some people say I'm mixed race. My dad's half Mexican. My mom's Italian. Some people would say that's mixed race. Obviously, I don't hate people that are mixed race or people that race mix, but it's just a value for me.
But the more you listen to this guy, it's clear he hates the concept, and wouldn't be fine of Sneako's general existence, let alone his own.
How do you feel about interracial marriages?
I'm against it.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
What about you, DeGion? Do you believe in mixed love?
Mixed love, man. Love is love, bro. I love my snow bunnies. I
Hey,
love my
really?
Latino. Love my Asian girls. Nick Fuentes, man.
I gotta ask, Nick. How do you feel when you see a black guy just getting with the snow bunnies? Like, is that something that like rustles your jimmies?
She's
Is
gonna
that
get
something
BBC'd, Nick. Your
You're not
white
with?
girl's gonna get BBC'd.
Well, the problem is all these white girls always end up getting their ass kicked and left behind. That's what typically happens.
What are you talking about?
Wait, get ass kicked by who?
What?
Are you ass kicked by who?
My black boyfriend.
Oh, okay. So you trying to say we out here beating these white women? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, that is something that happens. Maybe not you guys. You guys.
Yo, this is your friend?
I just met him on stream.
These guys he's hanging around clearly don't like Sneako, and only use him for his fame. He's a literal token to them, but it took way too long for him to realize this. After he got punched at the America First convention, he whined about how nobody wanted to help him.
Like the only people that really have your back are your family, your brothers, or or your team. And I was just out there like with a bunch of white kids in suits. It's like they're not gonna, and when shit hits the fan, they're not gonna be like they'll take a picture, but they're not gonna be supporting me to that level.
A couple of months later, there was a rumor being spread through the media that Haitian migrants in Springfield, Ohio were eating people's pets. Nick and Andrew Tate were talking about it as if it was true, which got under Sneako's skin. If they were talking about the Jews, then he wouldn't care. But talking about the stronger side of his bloodline, that's too far. This is where Sneako put his foot down, not any of the other instances of these guys being racist.
I'm saying we should call out the lie the same way we call out the 40 beheaded babies, and you should hold that standard when it's your Christian brothers being lied about. If there's a fake news article that's being spread by the president that we're both supporting, Trump, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. If they're lying about that publicly, we should call it out because that's fake news. It was an American woman. Don't demonize a random country that's extremely poor because you just don't like black people.
This is funny to me because Sneako is probably the only Haitian guy eating people's pets. He was looking at Noah Samsen's cat with saliva oozing down his neck like a rabid dog.
I want to eat your cat, bro, on some Asian shit.
Hey everyone, today we're going to be looking at a
Let me eat your cat.
YouTube channel called
Like your cat, now hey yo, Bumbleclot shit.
It's
fuck, I didn't mean
Sneako still chooses to be friends with these guys, as really he has nobody else left. He's chased away any mainstream creator who would ever want to collab with the guy. Even when he was getting shit for his Cuties review, he was in a video with Anthpo of all people.
Jesse, we need more money.
Why, dude? I'm mentally ill, bitch. I'm dying. My girlfriend's dead. Everything is gone. I've lost everything. I don't have nothing anymore. I'm mentally ill. I'm literally not going to last much longer.
No, you're good. All right, so here's the plan. We're gonna go to this place called Los Pollos.
Okay.
And yes, that is Sneako wearing a Garfield tie. No, I will not give any context for that. Recently, you might have seen this clip of Sneako going viral. During his big collab with the Tate brothers, Nick Fuentes, Myron Gaines, and Clavicular. They're singing along to the song Heil Hitler by Ye, though I'm not going to play the original audio, as it could risk this video getting taken down. I will instead be replacing it with an appropriate substitute. I just find it funny that out of all the people in this video, Clavicular is the only white guy. They all really think they're going to Agartha, huh? Yakub does not accept you guys. This clip alone sparked controversy, but what really caused drama was afterwards at the club they were driving to. Someone, presumably Sneako, began playing Ye's song, which got them in trouble with the venue. Everyone besides Nick began pointing fingers at Sneako, throwing him under the bus for getting them in trouble. The lawyer for the Taint brothers even got involved. Andrew was insulting Sneako as the weird kid nobody wanted to hang out with.
I speak to Clav, and Clav is with
Cobra
Nick Fuentes, and he begs for Sneako to come. And I said, Sneako's weird. Begs and begs and begs. Here we are. Who's on the internet insulting me? Sneaky. Sneaky's now on the internet with an opinion. Luckily, he doesn't matter.
Snake Cobra.
Sneaky doesn't matter. When this controversy's over, he's going to have to go back to making videos no one watches and try to find some other controversy.
You asked to be in my video.
He's not in business. He's not making any money. He's not close to the Trump family. He's not moving politics.
Whoa,
he's not,
Trump family.
No Hollywood actor wants him. He isn't connected to the royal family in Dubai.
Sneako's response to all of this was to call Andrew a pussy, deciding to take ownership for playing the song.
It's a song. Who cares who played it? I'll play it again. Yeah, I played it. Fuck it. You want me to? I was the DJ. It was me. I played it everywhere. Played it in my bathroom just now. I hummed it right now. I just played it right here. It's a song. It's America. It's free speech. It's our country. We can play music here. It's what we do. What, are you afraid of a song? I thought you were unfazed.
This whole kick stream has some weird vibes to it. Sneako is super forlorn and depressed, feeling betrayed by his supposed friends. It seems like he's about to cry, honestly.
I've never seen this many people switch on me, bro. I've never seen it happen. I don't have a lot of people supporting me right now. There's a lot of pressure from a lot of different angles. Perhaps I'm too paranoid. Stop being a baby, bro. I'm just tired of seeing me personally, I'm tired of seeing the disrespect and everything.
At the same time though, I don't feel bad for the guy. He's hanging out with some of the biggest scumbags on the internet. It's like choosing to live with convicted rapists and murderers, and being surprised to wake up in the middle of the night with stab wounds in your chest and your butthole spread open. Sneako later claims that he's banned from every single US hospitality group, according to his promoter, though I'm guessing this is just a bit. I don't imagine every single restaurant and nightclub is gonna have signs that read, "Have you seen this man?" as if he's some sort of cryptid.
The racist.
Hey, what's up? I'm streaming right now.
I can see that.
You watching?
No, I'm not.
Oh, let's go. So I'm banned from everything?
That's what I hear.
From who? Who said that?
You're banned from virtually. Oh, am I on stream? I don't want my face on stream.
Oh, okay, yeah, just put your voice.
You're virtually banned from every single hospitality group in the United States.
Like what?
Tao Group, Groot Hospitality, H-Root Group, virtually every restaurant, every venue, every nightclub, you're pretty much banned for your anti-Semitic remarks and your absolute racism and your hatred towards Jews. I thought we were friends.
We are friends. You don't want to be friends anymore?
Oh, I haven't been your friend in over a year, my man. Your anti-Semitism is blatantly disgusting.
I know Sneako promotes this idea of love speech, but is anybody actually gaining anything positive from watching this dude's schizo streams? It just sounds like he's garnering an audience of angry men, and giving them shitty advice so that they remain incels.
They got so upset. They were really, really angry. They were flooding. They got on my Discord like, he's a grifter. Like, they were just so mad. And I just saw the attitude they had towards women. I'm like, why are you guys this mad about an E-date on a Thursday night on my birthday? You're gonna get that just because I'm talking to a girl who has OnlyFans. People in the chat like, she's suck you by. Like, Jesus, demon sucker, soul taker. It's just an E-date. Like, we know what it is. I wasn't trying to promote it. I was actually telling the OnlyFans girl, like, do you guys know how sad what your profession is making people? I know they danced around it, but even then, like, they really got so upset just for the fact that I was talking to them. And I don't even like using that word because I don't think you should use it as an insult, but I'm not trying to use it as an insult. It's just the truth of the fact. Like, the 1 in 3 men have not had sex or are virgins. And that's a crazy statistic that's true. So let's be honest, I have a lot of incels that watch my video. They watch my streams and everything, and it didn't make me feel bad. It's just like, oh, all right, I guess I really need to approach this with more self-improvement in mind.
It's all very fake and gay, and he doesn't intend on influencing the betterment of his fans. There's this infamous clip you might have seen of these 12-year-olds approaching him in public. They basically repeat some of the shit Sneako will say online, and he's just generally shocked to be confronted by this.
Fuck the woman! Fuck the woman!
What? No, wait.
Sneako.
We love women. We love women. We love women.
But not like transgenders.
Yes, sir. We love everybody. No.
All gays
Yeah,
should
fuck
die.
Yeah, merch, preach.
But he realizes it's bad for his brand if he disagrees with any of this, so he jokingly apologizes.
And so when I saw the children come up and they started jumping up and down saying, fuck trans. I can't even repeat it. 12-year-old boys, obviously trolling, whatever you like to call it. Obviously joking around, having fun, being high energy, and not compromising. Seeing them come up to me and see me as a representation of that was alarming. It was very, very alarming.
It's all an act. He just wants to make money off these impressionable kids who will grow up to watch more extreme red pill creators. That's why Sneako has stuck by these guys for so long, despite the detriment it presents. Because outside of streaming, Sneako has an incredibly shitty personal life. He can't tolerate monogamous relationships, he treats the women in his life like shit, he's insecure as hell, and his family doesn't even want to see him anymore.
Like this is the first Christmas I didn't go home because of my association with Ye. Because Ye was talking about, they called him anti-Semitic, they lied about him. And so my association with the people that you want to have on a panel like Nick Fuentes and Ye that pushed me away, they're like, we don't want you to talk about this.
Wait, so like your mom?
My family, just like my whole family.
Really, your whole family?
Yeah.
Oh,
all vaccinated, all Biden voters, all Ukraine,
Stop it. Can you red pill some of them?
I've tried to. My brother is more susceptible, but like eventually when you get that far into it, it's that's just the way it is. And I still love them, of course, and I'm sure they still love me, but the reason is like they just wouldn't be able to handle a conversation at the dinner table because, woke people don't know how to have discourse. They don't know how to disagree healthily. They get so emotionally involved and they want to live in their delusion. They want to be like the facker who's saying, I'm perfect the way I am.
I'm not surprised his family doesn't want to talk with him when he's ranting on stream about how the earth is flat. He made FouseyTube of all people seem sane in comparison.
Is the earth flat?
He says the Quran says the earth is flat.
It doesn't say it specifically in the Quran, but it does hint at it. And a lot of Islamic scholars say it's not important to question whether or not it's a sphere or if it's flat. But do you think the earth is flat?
No, I don't, man.
Why not?
No. What?
Are you a globalist?
What's a globalist mean?
So you're not a flat earth, you're a globalist?
Yes, he's not a dumbass. He knows the earth is round.
Why do you know that?
Why do I know that?
Yeah.
Because of all the satellites in space and man.
Have you been to space?
Muhammad, he's an idiot. I'm sorry for harassing you like this.
Can I ask you a question? Do you know what NASA means in Hebrew?
NASA?
NASA, yeah.
NASA, space.
No.
It means deception.
Weirdly enough, Sneako did get him banned from YouTube recently, though his views have not improved. He's mentally stranded in a community that secretly hates him. So in conclusion, this guy is a cuck, has a low IQ, might want to fuck kids, and is a massive fat. Nuff said.
Twinko's crazy, bro. That's